How am I doing today? I'm doing it. I'm here. I'm here. I'm existing. I would say overall pretty good. Pretty good. All right, time for some more Disco ELYSIUM. ELYSIUM. Thank God this game is unhinged. All right, so what last happened here? Ask Scabler about tattoos. So we got done talking with what's her name? What's your name, huh?
You're back. Good.
Joyce.
What can I help you with?
Got done talking with Joyce here about the going-ons in town, and we gave her enough info. She's like, okay, I'll release some of my info. So there's a guy in this building we're looking for, but we can't question him until tomorrow. So until then, we will ask the oh hmm. Oh, that's kind of clean. That's kind of clean. What's going on, Sir Ellen? Yeah, so as I was saying, we're looking for the guy up in the apartments over here, but we can't find him because he's not here. So we're gonna go tomorrow and ask him some questions. And for now, I'm kind of curious what's in this abandoned building. I'm gonna be real. Like, it seems like the only way to really get in there is just to break trust with this woman in here. Feels like it could have been caused by an earthquake. Hmm?
I saw you poking around in Lady Driver's lorry. She in trouble? Still better than me, I guess. Told you there's plenty of others who tell on her. But is she in trouble? It's that bad. Man, what should I do? What should I do to help her? Yeah, maybe I should just keep my head down and work on my rhymes while I can.
Yeah.
Well, you know, Tommy Leham's gonna be a musician.
Probably shouldn't even told him anything, but
I've got a lot of free time on the road to hone my craft.
you know.
Tommy Lam was taken. My real name's Jerry Lafitte. Tommy's way better.
I don't know. Jerry's a right name.
Yeah, you too. Be safe, detective.
Will do. Oh, they not out here? No, they're still out here. They're out here riding.
Right to work! Right to work! Shame on you! Don't think so.
That's barely glancing at it.
Silence. He takes the photo. Grey eyes dart back and forth on the glossy surface. His face is unmoving.
Fucking loincloths. Really did him in.
Loincloths?
Yeah.
He's clenching his teeth. There is silent pressure behind them.
What it means.
He points to the one tiny star in the web of lines away from the man's heart, almost on his stomach.
I can tell you what this one means. Only one. You want to hear what happened here? Our colonel is deep in the bush here. Deep in the fucking bush. In Benital, 41. Monsoon season. He's on a reconnaissance mission.
Okay.
He spent a month behind enemy lines, scouting kipped villages. Nothing but fucking bugs and snakes for fun. Men are getting restless. There's talk of switching employers.
His lips as if drunk suddenly.
Some strange emotion. This is about to get really graphic. Last moment to back off.
Our boy, he's only a captain then.
Okay.
But he knows how these men think. If they don't see action soon.
Voice gets strangely quiet. A long, long way from right to work. His gaze pierces the paper.
At dawn, he comes upon two kips, breeding in the bushes by the river. Or maybe they weren't breeding. Maybe they were just making eyes at each other. I like to think they were breeding.
I can say breeding.
We shot the boy. He was useless, but the girl, she was nice. A little fat, you know, but not too old. She was quite the entertainment for the week she lasted. Expired in the hands of Sarge Mason. The kind of guy who'd make Chief there shit his pants and cry like a bitch. God. Mason couldn't let go. Cut the tits off her cold body and fucking...
And it ate him!
Said primitive spirits were watching over him now. Drowned in a creek a week later. Spirits my ass.
Something stirs in your stomach.
No, I was in the domain, in Jamrock, being a bouncer. Fucking mask is getting sweaty. I want to take my mask off. But... Go ahead. All right now. Free commerce! Keep the goods flowing!
His mask is getting sweaty.
On the photo in your hands, the dead man's skin is studded with stars. Tens, hundreds of them, littering his dead skin.
Free flow of commerce!
And yells and wipes his face. Sweat is dripping down his brow.
Don't talk to him any longer. Just leave, please.
Fucking bother. How about you fuck off now, huh?
Okay, of course.
The man's breathing steadies, but
wow. You know, I could have not had that information and my day would have been
Good. Like the Flying Desperado. It's that really cool
Fine.
Flying Desperado spin kick you did, Boyadero. Often performed by the most hard-bodied boyaderos on the steps. So, what's on your mind this time? Sure thing, my friend. I can help you out.
the coin narrowly slips by your outstretched fingers and falls to the ground.
Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to throw it like that. It's a thing we harbor folk do, passing around cargo and such. Was not meant as provocation or ridicule.
The boyadero stares at you with respect, then gestures towards the trickles of blood adorning your clothes.
What? Wait, why did he say that? What?
Right, always glad to help out the RCM. We're on the same branch, you and I. Humans, I mean, not slithering scabs.
Good thing it wasn't listening to all that garbage. Hey.
Let me handle this.
The woman says to the crowd in the mess hall before turning to you.
Detective disorientated. Are you still wondering where you are? This is Martinez, in case you've forgotten. I advise you not to overstay your welcome.
Her entire character has shifted. This young woman is cold as ice.
No, I am not a gardener. I'm a legal counselor for the Dock Workers Union. So let's get to it. You're looking for Titus Hardy? You think he has information that will help you? Maybe he does. That's Titus. Talk to him. But know this. I'll be keeping an eye on you. No strong arming. Nothing official. The District of Martinez does not recognize your authority to make arrests.
It doesn't matter if you recognize our authority. We will make an arrest if we have to.
She says nothing. Her glare speaks for her.
Like I already told you, I'm a legal counselor. Do you have hearing problems?
Damn.
What you want is of no significance, officer. Don't test your authority. In Martinez, you are no one. What are we going to do to you? The union isn't going to do anything to you. It is not a crime syndicate. It is a labor organization.
Goddamn right it is.
If anything, it is the RCM who do things to people. But we digress. Aggressive, you make your living enforcing violence. These people are just dock workers.
So you were spying on us, and now you represent murder suspects. Just dock workers.
Listen, you moral intern lackeys. You're a mob, enforcing the unlawful privatization of Revachol. 20 fat men in the Occident are stealing it all, and you're their bodyguards.
Fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah. She seems like she's in more control than him. I'm gonna be real.
So ask what you came to ask, or get back to your commanders.
Privatization is not unlawful. It's cool and funny. Maybe you're just not historic. Visuals. Fuck. Turn the Twitch stuff back on. Give me a sec. I pause. Okay, cool. I'm gonna turn the Twitch stuff back on. I turned it off. Some viewers were having issues with, like whatever widget shit for Twitch. It was showing up when the game wasn't even on. Very odd. Very, very odd. Such a... Yeah, mobile only shows your stats. Cool. the chat. See what you have to think about this. Also, hit refresh. It's on. Yeah, hit refresh. I'll press it again. The widget is now on. It is now on, mate. Now on, mate. It is now on. Now it's active. I did it. I fixed it. Alright, it should be on now. We heard that, but it's wrong. RCM is principled and strong, unlike you socialists. Damn.
I don't need privatization peons from a rent-a-cop. Just do your job, ask your questions, then get out of Martinez.
Oh, they're spitting it. Reeks of tobacco. Was a man, 2 in the chest, and down he goes. Placards. Huh, okay.
This is where you say your bit.
Detective.
With a sharp note.
Hey, dipshit. You hard of hearing or something? The boss man's talking to you.
Do not let their squeals disturb your serenity. These are but simple peasants, sire.
I probably shouldn't do that.
Oh, this is about him. A real looker, that won't.
You're sure taking your time, waiting for him to get ripe and pretty for you, huh?
Oh, he was a real pretty boy by now. Real hot stuff. Letting out that pretty boy smell.
Time to go to work in the shit factory!
Easy, boys. These janitors have a hell of a job cut out for them. I mean, I wouldn't go in there for $1 million.
You might want to start asking your questions now. It's not going to get better than this.
No. I's here. You got business with my boys. You got business with me.
Mm-hmm.
He understood what you were doing, taking inventory of them.
Yeah! You fuck with the Hardy boys, you fuck with Titus Hardy!
Mm-hmm.
Relax, Dennis. No one is fucking you yet.
Yeah, Dennis, calm down. No one's fucking you, you stupid fuck.
Let Dennis enjoy his fucking, man. We don't mind.
Those gang tattoos. The man must be either Basque or Samarizian.
Yeah, you're not even being fucked, Dennis.
Easy, fellas. We got company.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see what brings the cop around.
Too late. You already scanned the room. You got a pretty good picture. Good. You could take another look at the tracks in the yard, on the crime scene. See if they fit this bunch.
What's your choice? The mercs you hanged. Friends are coming for. Okay, these are super loaded. Okay, the first one not that loaded. That's the third one. Very loaded. That is very loaded.
The pretty boy. You guys really love talking about that pretty boy.
Essay before this? I mean, we just started, so I can always go back to the original
My
save.
partner and I have a serious matter to discuss with you.
Container belt, like we use in the harbor?
Yes.
Because we took it from the harbor where we work. Then we went out back and used it to hang him.
Oh?
As he speaks, his fists contract, going through the pulling motion again, savoring it.
We did this together, all of us, until he was dead. That's why there's a container belt around his neck. Goddamn right.
No.
I imagine she's about to cut in.
7 honest men have equally come forth. They told you what happened so that you don't waste any more of your time.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to answer any of his questions.
God, this Elizabeth's character doing her job as a legal consultant.
I know, Lizzie. Relax. We killed him last Sunday night. Seemed like a good way to end the week.
Known him? We don't associate with scum like that, asshole.
Yeah! Who do you think we are?
Mm-hmm.
Quiet. He came around about 3 weeks ago when that Pines cow first sailed into town. Happy?
Gotcha.
By the Pines cow, you mean Joyce Messier, the representative for White Pines? The same company you're striking against?
No. I mean the Pines cow.
What do you mean?
The stupid-ass cow they sent in to fuck us over. But you know what?
Go on.
Why don't you ask her about the pretty boy? I'm sure she has interesting things to say when you ask her hard enough.
That's enough insinuation for today, Titus. Officer, your interview is drawing to an end.
My God,
Don't
shut
ask
up.
your last questions. Are you deaf? There will be no singling anyone out. You can't arrest a Hardy Boy without arresting all Hardy Boys.
They're protecting someone. I don't know who they're protecting, but I feel like they're protecting someone.
Do you think you could do that? Do you think you could arrest them all?
Who do you fucking think does?
The biggest animal dominates the herd. I'm guessing it's the big one. Bow to the bearded man. Gangs are usually run by the oldest, most vulnerable members. Or venerable, not vulnerable. Venerable. Hmm.
Theo's a great guy, a great guy, but come on. Titus Hardy runs the Hardy Boys.
Mm-hmm.
That's why we're called the Hardy Boys, genius.
Mm-hmm.
I think you got your answer, Mr. Law.
Yes, there are some administrative differences. But on that night, they all acted as one man.
Why did you kill him?
Why? 'Cause he was worthless mercenary scum. And he stepped out alive in my town.
Mm-hmm.
And he stepped out of line.
What kind of mercenary?
The kind that shows up when you start a strike. The experienced kind, too. Had Kohoy and Semenine written all over him. Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
Ex-Oranese Special Forces.
A live grenade. Right here in our bar.
I can't prove it, but I know he was sent by the Wild Pines. They hire merc shit like that. Story of every strike from here to Samara. Wrong? He harassed women, raped one, harassed workers, threatened to kill some as a warning.
Wipe spittle from his mouth. That's the story we heard before from Joyce. Or at least that's the story that's been going around. Who knows if she even had like legitimate information.
There's a slight unease in him suddenly. He regrets mentioning the rape.
Mm-hmm.
To kill us all, if we don't open the gates, if we don't let the scabs in, if we don't bend over. That was before he started coming here.
Yeah, he said it was his favorite joint now. Started coming here every night.
Drinking, grabbing girls.
Grab one of ours mid-karaoke, right there on the stage.
He grabbed someone?
Yeah. This girl's on the mic. A beautiful girl. Young. Gets into the second verse of Lover Lake. The fucker grabs her legs, starts screaming. Show me your cunt!
What the hell?
Then, he gets knocked on the head with a wine bottle. Doesn't even fall down.
Aren't you fucking listening? My man is talking to you. He took care of it. They got the girl out before anything else could happen.
Didn't really say that, but okay.
Yeah, me and Eugene got her out.
Uh-huh.
Aren't you fucking listening?
He didn't. Hold on. Very joint now. Blah 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 blah. He grabs someone. Let's go on the mic. Blah blah blah. You didn't handle anything. You didn't handle anything. No, I don't put beans on toast, my guy.
There's something odd here.
Yeah, then whom did it happen to then?
No, you're not getting the name. That's a Martinez matter. And I'm not discussing it with you.
That sounds like some bullshit then, and I'm gonna be real.
There's nothing you can do for now.
You know?
He's stonewalling you.
You know?
We hanged him up by his neck until he got real still. Wasn't that obvious, Copper?
Didn't they teach you anything at the cop school, idiot?
Can you give us a few more details? Did you muffle him? We haven't heard any reports of screams.
Titus, you don't have to clarify anything.
We overpowered him, dragged his unconscious body to a tree, put a noose around his neck, and hanged him till he was dead and steady.
Mm-hmm.
Then we left him for seagulls, maggots, and you fucks.
You're a trained killer from Ordinary Special Forces. If yes, then how did you manage to overpower him?
With numbers, asshole. How do you think? You're right, Lizzie. I've done enough explaining here.
No, he hasn't. Not yet.
Weren't you fucking listening? The fucker came to our bar. It happened right here.
So you're telling me there must have been other witnesses then?
Titus
Yes!
is solid as a rock, and so are a few others. But
cracking under pressure. He's sweating profusely and has difficulty breathing. Nice. They smartly kept him out of the conversation thus far. Definitely the weakest link in the chain.
a single sentence would wear him out. He can't take the length of the questioning. Keep it going long enough, and he'll crack. No.
He looks up, startled, his forehead shiny from sweat. A few coiled locks are peeking out from under his warm woolen, woolen hat.
Of course he's having trouble breathing. Just look at how fucking fat he is.
Fuck off, Shanky. Angus is a powerful guy. All muscle.
I don't believe that, but you know, you don't have to make fun of him.
Keep your eye on this powerful guy. Sooner or later, he's going to break like a piece of twig.
And fuck you too, Copper. Picking on Angus like this. We're done with this schoolyard shit. And just so you know, he doesn't have trouble breathing.
This one is a stone wall. You won't get more out of them about the night of the murder. Not yet.
Like what, Copper? How many people have you sent to the Shays? Ever felt remorse for them?
Or send them to Reunion to rot. For 20 years. For life.
Also, I drink too much. I can't really remember anyone I sit behind. But what we do is different. We enforce the law. You just kill people like it's nothing.
But you see, a lawman, is something people agree upon. And here in Martinez, we agreed that this man had to die. Yeah, lawman. Why don't you?
It's almost an anthropological sight, watching him try to assert dominance over you.
Not in the arresting mood?
Mean little eyes come alive with hatred.
A fearful readiness, like an electrical charge, raises hairs in the room. By your side, the lieutenant keeps his hand away from his holster.
Oh?
You hear the nylon of his coat hiss as he steps closer.
Just testing the room.
Wise move.
Yeah, just testing the room.
Choice there. Now make another one and get the fuck out of our booth. We're not gonna do this again.
Nothing. Your investigation here is done. Leave Martinez, go back to your stations where you belong.
Nah, that's not enough for me.
I think we're going to stick around, thanks.
Yeah.
Some things don't add up here, Titus. I've done this job for long enough to know that people don't just confess to first-degree murder. Even if it is a group responsibility. We're going to look into this.
Good luck with that. You've heard everything a rent-a-cop is gonna hear from us. Real law officials. You're lucky you didn't get a beating.
Forget about their games. You've mapped out the characters. Reading the footprints in the yard should be easier now.
Godly 16. Nah, I'm not doing that. Yeah, Authority 2 is not. Yeah, we're not feeling a real authoritative right now, so I'm gonna bail.
I've got nothing to say to you.
All right. Nothing to talk about. Monica's titties are big. You know, I kind of have a feeling that maybe... Okay, so this is not like, oh, I figured it out, but you know, just your little hypotheticals, right? Maybe this Merc was mayhaps trying to stop the no from happening. I'm not comfortable saying that word, but you know, maybe he was trying to stop the no from happening. We need to get up there and talk to her, and I don't know how we get up there. I would like to talk to this woman, that she might know something. Oh, this game's great. Game's great. I'm quite enjoying this game.
The door is closed. Still nothing. The lieutenant gives you a quick glance. You should punch a fucking hole in it. The murmur in your...
I'd like to get to the roof somehow. I'm having a hard time with the French. I have many a foreign friend, so if there's like a hard accent, or like a very thick accent, I can kind of parse what they're saying. 90% I can understand. Maybe there might be some like 10%. I'm like, huh, and then I just read over it, and then because there's subtitles. There's it's basically a book. So let's see if he knows how to get to the roof.
Can I help you?
As it's so thinly sliced, you can see through.
You see a heavy steel door. The man ponders his cooking.
Get mixed by exponentially thick Scottish or Indian accents. Might be a way to the roof. Oh, hello. I've never been in here before. But what is this room? Your working member of the board, written on top of the flyer. Radio's emitting strange buzzing sound. A flume. One left coffee in the machine. And an office filing cabinet. The drawers seem to be locked. The Dewey typewriter, the model name is written on the back. That staircase? Yes, our staircase. Ooh, okay, we're getting somewhere.
On second glance, someone has forgotten to properly close one of the drawers.
It's unfortunate for the union to just leave their paperwork lying around like this.
It's so unfortunate, man. Like, it's crazy to just happen to leave this open for someone. It'd be crazy if, I don't know, it would happen to accidentally get flung open by some mysterious force, and I happen to see the documents laid upon in the locker itself, reading over, by accident, like, and if I see text, I'm going to read it. So,
the drawer opens smoothly. Inside is a well-organized selection of brown folders. Hundreds of documents containing logistical data. Two kinds of transactions stand out. Materials coming into Revachol from the outside world, from Muindi, Grad, and even Ilmara.
You mean Stephen Urkel? And
the same materials
Steve
being
Urkel?
handed over to companies inside Revachol. Kuron, Coal City, La Delta, and Jamrock are listed among the many districts where the imports are being sold. It's hard to make sense of this thicket of company names, dates, quantities, and percentages. You try to focus, but the lines are getting blurry. Look how blurry all the lines on these papers are. How unwieldy your own willpower is to yourself. You're like an absurdist Samaran monk, focusing through not focusing. Hermeneutics was almost within your grasp, but now only vague letters float before your eyes. Less meaningful, but aesthetically more pleasing. You are a police officer, not a spiritual healer. You can focus the normal way by turning your attention to something and not letting go.
Is that what you're doing with those folders over there?
Yes.
Right. This is probably not relevant to our case. After all, we're not investigating an accounting mystery.
Whatever's hidden here is hidden well. Concentration isn't enough. Only a trained accountant with a background in logistics would be able to really make sense of it. However, there is a little handwritten note stuck on the side of the drawer.
Oh?
It appears to be a to-do list written in large, uneven capital letters. Remember, Leo, Everard's shoes, special whirling borscht, water Everard's plants, sweep office floor, more banners. All items on the list have been crossed out, and the note itself is crumpled.
Everard Clare, probably, the head of the Debarders Union. One of his aides must have left it. Nothing incriminating here.
Yeah.
What is so special about this borscht? Code for drugs? Booze? Blood? Remember, Leo, all items on the drawer slides shut smoothly.
Alright. Got any drugs in here? Oh, cool glasses!
An imposing combination of a punch clock and a payphone is looking down at you from the wall. A note on the side says, "Tokens unavailable due to strike. Use change."
Oh, wow, wow. Look where we are.
Looks like someone left his tarpaulin cloak hanging on the railing here. The white rectangle of the Revachol Citizens Militia is clearly visible on its back.
Yes, it was probably you. It does bear the RCM insignia, after all.
Oh!
The service cloak issued to you by your station? Yes, yes, I do.
I was all over this fucking
As your
place.
fingers touch the tarpaulin, it almost feels like the cloak wants to deliver a message of comfort through your fingertips.
Oh my god. A shivers. Rainwater. Trying to use the great machines of sometimes I'm a not learned man. All right, whatever. When I see words I don't recognize, I look them up. What sense? What sense? What sense? Right now on the screen, covering it looks like it's forest under it now. Oh, this place is big. This place is very big. I'm going up this way first.
This is the night watchman's booth. The name on the door reads, René Arnaud. Listen, it's okay to take a few minutes to yourself. Sit down and have a breather.
If you must. But please hurry. We are pretty easy to spot up here.
Nothing incriminating catches your eye. The cabinets are clean and their sparse contents meticulously organized. There's a framed photograph on the table. It's a black and white photo of a young couple out in a street fair. The man, Rene, is dressed in a Royal Carabinier uniform. The girl is young and very pretty. She is smiling playfully at the camera.
Uh-huh.
Why did you take that picture of Rene? You're really interested in that old soldier. Not sure I understand your fascination, but sure, as long as it doesn't take up a whole lot of time.
The chair is not as austere as the rest of the booth. A thin grey pillow is attached to the seat, secured to the stiles by black ribbons. The drawers are empty, save for old timesheets and receipts. One small box, however, does hold some cheap painkillers. They are slightly out of date. Oh boy, where to start? Elevated risk of dementia, mini strokes, Prophet's disease,
Prophet's disease,
death, hair death, erectile malfunction, critical flatulence, watery blood, black mucus, uncontrollable weeping, increased sensitivity to La Opera, inoperable joint disorder, total spinal collapse.
What the fuck is Prophet's disease? Prophet Islam is one of the several famous religious figures who allegedly suffered from epilepsy. Early Greek chroniclers Stephanes, one of the first to mention the revelation of the prophets. Epilepsy, sparking a debate that has continued to date. I don't think that's related. Also, watery blood. Yeah.
Maybe this was a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm just gonna get up. I'm not taking that shit.
You stand and exit the booth.
Alright, let's keep going. Wait, bottle. Oh yeah, brother. No, it's when your blood is watery.
A rusting control panel with several knobs. 2 buttons marked Marche and Arrête are faded with use. It seems to control the large crane above. A container is attached to its hook block. Marche. On. Arrête. Off.
Yo. Guard ahead is oddly quiet. The grid machines are sleeping. All the cargo belts used for heavy lifting. One says vermilion. Wait, didn't the other one say that? Ugh. Risk of oil and rust comes from the chasm in front of you. It's like blood. Enough? Official size thermos smells like burnt coffee. It sags under the weight of the snow. It waves on Leo, easy Leo, nothing he can do.
Container, I'll turn you nice and red. Container, put the logos on.
The lyrics to this container song are being made up as he goes along. The accent is so thick, it's impossible not to notice he's Ubi. from the vanishing peninsula of Ubisunt on Muindi.
Container, container, used to be Wild Pines. Container, container, now belongs to Everard. Everard, he looks after everyone. Huh? Well, hey there. How can I help you, mister? I see you are not a union man, mister. Did you get lost? You're not one of them scabs, are you? I mean, I don't personally mind. Folks is just folks, you know, and folks gotta eat. Just some of the other guys don't look too kindly on the scabbing kind, if you know what I mean, mister. Oh yes, born and raised in Irish, mister. Mum had to leave my dad after he got a bit violent. Took us here to the new world. I was about 10 then, too old to lose my accent then. People say us Ubies are up to all sorts of trouble with sheep and other animals and whatnot. I just want you to know there was never any of that where I come from. No sir, those are just nasty rumors.
Is he supposed to? No comment. I'm not touching this one. Yeah, I'm not touching that.
Thank you for clarifying that, sir.
Oh, I'm just making some covers for them containers here. Yes I am, yes I am. So it's easier for the crane operators to spot them.
The containers in the yard are green in Wild Pine's livery, and the mountains rising behind Leo is all red in Union colors. It's like some red infection was spreading outwards from the container yard's core.
No, not really. Mr. Everett doesn't tell me all the big things. Says I
What's
go
going
and
on,
tell
Sketch?
it to everyone.
Yes, they are hiding it from the inside. All the red containers have the Debarders Union logo on them.
Oh, no trouble at all, mister. No trouble at all. Oh, most of the guys are down at the gates, keeping the scabs from coming in. We're on a strike. The whole union is. You don't have to work when you're on strike. Ha! We haven't worked for 2 months now.
2 months.
So no one is working?
Not everyone is down there, of course. Mr. Everard is in his office, where he always is. And Jean-Luc is guarding the gate. But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble and Everard sent them on a nice vacation. For a week or so.
But Titus and his boys got into some drunken trouble. And Everard sent them on a nice vacation for a week or so.
Oh, I'm not really supposed to talk about that. That's union business. Him and his boys stirred up something in town. Probably drank too much and got into a fight or something. I heard Mr. Everett telling them to take some time off.
What did he actually do?
I guess the boys got a bit too rowdy and had to let out some steam. I don't really know the details. That's just how boys are, you know. I haven't been in a fight since I was in middle school.
Easy, Leo. Let's keep this on the hearties.
Rowdy? Leo, what kind of fight did they get into?
I remember I was the runt of the class. The bigger boys always used to pick on me. You see, I had a bit of a temper back in the day. Flew off the handle like nobody's business. But Mr. Everett and his brother always came to help. Once they beat old Noel Becker so bad he needed stitches on his head. Noel never started another fight with anyone after this. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar are real nice guys, mister. You should go talk to Mr. Everett. I'm sure you'll be good friends. He's friends with everyone around here. Oh, that one. That should be empty as far as I know. Lots of containers here have nothing in them. They're just waiting to be loaded up. Oh, yes, yes. I leave all kinds of notes for myself. that old head of mine ain't so good at keeping things in no more. I almost forgot about the borscht. Oh yes, I've been taking special whirling borscht to the men every day since the strike started. It's very, very good. Makes a man feel so warm and happy. I feel like I could take on Mr. Renadan's boar dogs every time the lunch is done.
Power borscht, huh? Never heard of a borscht that turns little guys into dogfighters. Alcohol, however.
Yes, yes. I'm taking it to them. The borscht keeps them happy and in fighting spirits.
Uh-huh.
Makes you all warm inside. They
Brew it in the whirling and rags. Uh-huh.
Oh, the whirling's cook.
Uh-huh.
Them is always talking with Mr. Manana in that weird language and laughing together. He doesn't speak what we speak. He's from Grad.
Uh-huh.
Oh, sure, mister. Sure. You do that. Yes, sir. Yes, yes. Everybody needs a job, and this is mine. I'm Leonard, by the way. Leonard Bellick. But everyone calls me Leo. I'm like Mr. Everett's right-hand man when Mr. Edgar is out of town, and Mr. Edgar's right-hand man when Mr. Everett is away. Actually, Miss Beaufort is the right-hand man, but she's a lady.
Who is this, Miss Beaufort?
Yeah.
A real pretty lady with a skin like those Douai Sucre candy bars my missus likes so much. Them are real nice to suckle on once the dinner is done and me and the missus sit down besides the radio. But I can't listen to the radio all the time. There's so much to do around here and I'm always busy keeping things running here. Yes I am, yes I am. Oh, Lizzie, she's a real sharp tool. Mr. Everett put her through some fancy school and everything east of the river. 4 years she was gone, and when she came back, she was all fancy and lawyerly.
Mm-hmm.
But she's a real nice girl. Grew up in this here neighborhood. Knows everybody and gets along with everyone. Real pillar of the community one day, I'm sure. If me missus and me was to have a child, I'd be real happy if she turned out like her. But she can't have kids. Dr. Lemaitre said so, and she knows about such things. Been a doctor for almost 50 years.
We got some new info to talk to her about.
Law school? Could she be talking about the union fixer, aka the
gardener?
Looks like it.
I'm not sure what a fixer is, but she is a real nice girl. Smart as a whip too. Oh, you want Mr. Everett then? He's an awfully nice fellow, he is. Him and his brother are both nice fellows. They've lived their entire lives in this here neighborhood. Guys like Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar, his brother, are real good guys. Made Martinez what it is today. Mr. Everett and Mr. Edgar and I went to the same school we did when we were boys. Oh, Mr. Everett is where he always is. In his office, of course.
2 joint containers on your right.
Bye-bye now.
Thanks, Leo. Leo's a good guy. Leo's a good man. That man knows what's up. I didn't revert. Yeah, I actually didn't want to do that one. Leo da Vinci. Let's do one of that. One of that. One of that. One of that. That. It doesn't show the extension. It doesn't show the extension I see your mine cabinet really quickly. Yeah, sure, I can do that. Whatever the fuck that is, but I'll show you it. Alright, looks good to me. Is bot cabinet. You go. So did you hit save when you did those levels? I don't know if they're locked in. Probably not. Dumb. Looks like they saved. Yeah, yeah, they went in. Yeah, we're good. Coffee in a giant thermos is still lukewarm. Oh! Let's let my cat in. I've made of pallets leaking up. Hey, what up?
Before you is a walrus of a man.
Walrus of a man.
He looks up from his work, not the least bit surprised to see you. With great effort, he straightens himself up in his chair, yet says nothing. He simply stares at you.
Welcome, Mr. Dubois, Mr. Kitsuragi. It's good of you two to stop by. Please, have a seat. I'm Everard Clare, head of the Debarders Union here in Martinez. I'd offer you my hand, but unfortunately my health prevents me from getting up. You understand?
You see, I am quite large.
He looks extremely comfortable. The tiny folding chair, on the other hand, looks like a torture device.
You go ahead, detective.
Whatever he has in store for you, it can't be good, he thinks. I'll do my best. Forget about that. What's with this Dubois stuff? You're getting some seriously bad vibes from that name.
Please, Mr. Dubois, let us converse in a civilized manner, as equals. Take a seat. I insist.
Don't sit, it's kind of my thing.
Very well, Mr. Dubois. I respect a man with strong convictions.
Alright, don't... Yo, chill, relax. Alright, okay.
I, too, have convictions. One of which is that I will not engage with any man who won't face me at eye level. Should you find yourself more amenable in the future, I'd gladly resume our conversation. But until then, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave.
You're no Titan affiliation, buddy. He's got you in a fork. Sit down or leave.
Damn.
Excellent, Mr. Dubois. I can see that you're a reasonable man, and reasonable men can be of great use to one another.
Damn, this chair is uncomfortable.
So tell me, how can the head of the Debarders Union help a representative of the Revachol Citizens Militia today?
The chair is incredibly uncomfortable. Fortunately, your ass is
made of iron.
The chair is made of wood. Iron beats wood. You manage not to shift around too much.
By the way, I heard you got a rather rude reception from a certain Lawrence Gart. Some people have no manners, it pains me to say. This should take care of that nonsense.
Points at a giant novelty check on his desk. It's absolutely comically huge.
It should be sufficient to cover your expenses for a few days and patch over your differences with a cafeteria manager. Go ahead.
Hey, That's 25 real. That's good money. Think of all the stuff you could.
Okay, okay. I respect a man with principles. No handouts, then. Now, I'd like to set your mind at ease about one other matter. Your lost gun. Let me assure you, Union people are on it as we speak. I've got my best hounds looking for that lost gun.
His slug-like lips move, but all you hear is an echo. Lost gun, lost gun, lost gun. The world is swallowed by a black hole of fear. Only 2 words escape its gravitational pull. Lost and gun. When he said, "Don't worry," he actually meant, be very worried.
Are you all right, Harry? You seem anxious. Don't be. Everything's going to be all right. It's not like you left it loaded. You didn't lose a loaded gun. Local children aren't out there playing with it right now, pointing it into their own mouths. It's in a safe place. I just know it. I have a feeling everything's going to be all right.
Officer, we will deal with this later. We don't need Mr. Clare's help with this.
I wouldn't be so sure about that.
God, you're sweating. Your knee is jerking. You're about to cry, aren't you? You're about to cry because you lost your gun and those children are gonna shoot themselves with it.
Oh, no.
Mr. Dubois, you don't look so good.
What is this, Mr. Dubois? He keeps repeating. What is he trying to say? You need to cool the fuck down. Chill.
Mr. Dubois! Mr. Dubois! Harry! Mr. Dubois, are you okay? Can I get you a glass of water or something? Are you having some kind of medical emergency?
Maybe you could use your hands somehow, in a kind of throw-in motion, like you're throwing that Mr. Dubois act right back at him. He's Mr. Dubois.
Chat. Chat. Pick. Pick. I'm melting.
What an odd demonstration of... you got me, Harry. I don't even know what. As entertaining as it was, I'm afraid we're wasting our time. And I'm an extremely busy man, as I'm sure you are too.
Okay, enough. We are here to ask you some questions pertaining to a murder investigation.
Quick, here's your window. Get yourself together and ask him questions. Police officer questions.
Oh, of course. That's your main thing here. That's why you're in Martinez. I know everything that goes on around here, and I would love to discuss it with you. I mean, it's no secret that the lynching is connected to the strike. So much to talk about. Honestly, it's been weighing on me so heavily. I understand you need to interview me, but there's a thing that's been keeping me up at night. I want to talk about the hanging. I mean, if we could just calmly talk, exchange information, we could blow this thing wide open.
Yes, that sounds good. Let's do that.
But I can't think straight with this thing weighing on me. You're police officers, aren't you? I have a crazy idea. You guys are basically door-opening machines, incredibly talented at opening doors.
I'm not sure I understand. If you're asking us to break down someone's door, it's not going to happen.
Come now. I just need you to go open a little door for me and leave it unlocked. A simple thing. Absolutely nothing shady about it.
An excellent opportunity presents itself, sire. You could win the trust of the arch-liar, pretend to play into his hand. Then, should you wish, bend his efforts towards your own.
Of course, Harry, I understand. But if that's the case, I don't think we'll ever find your gun. We won't be able to speak like equals about the murder. Perhaps this was just bad timing for you. Know that you can always come back to me. I really hope you do. For your sake, my sake, and for your gun's sake too.
Yes, we both understand what you meant.
This may be the only way, he thinks. I won't hold it against you. In fact, we probably should reconsider later.
Wow. Fuck.
Am I going to ask? Hell, Harry. You spin-kicked my strongest man in the face. I saw it from my window.
I got up from my chair. I saw that shit. It was hype.
Would you ask a man like that how he got into your container yard?
Foot dive!
Don't worry, Harry. Between you and me, I'm not a huge fan of his race thing. But the Union did not get where we are today by frowning on eccentricity. Anyway, I assure you, I am a very well-informed man. Information reaches me before I even get the chance to request it. Of course, let us dispatch with the formalities. You call me Everard, I call you Harry. My God, so it's true. I didn't want to believe it, but you are a fantastic science fiction amnesiac cop, aren't you? What are the odds of that?
I think the odds of that are very low.
So good to hear that, Harry. Apparently my sources were wrong. However, if you did have a spot of memory trouble, I could help you out. With my big fat folder.
My big fat folder.
Words flow like a river of honey from his lips.
My big fat folder.
Are you trying to tell me you've gotten hold of some of our documents?
Mr. Kitsuragi, would you mind? Me and Harry are talking about his lost identity right now.
Don't just jump to the folder. That's not smart. Shows you're on the edge. Do some probing first. As you look at the folder, Everard covers it with his hand and pets it. He's hiding it from you because it's not a real RCM folder. It's just another one of those brown folders you saw in the file cabinet.
Okay, Harry, you got me. This is from the Census Bureau, not the RCM. Those Census Bureau people are absolutely corrupt. You should do something about them.
He got the name from the Census Bureau, and everything else from your actions here in Martinez.
Yes, yes, Mr. Kitsuragi from the Census Bureau. Like I said, now I'm actually a very busy man. So is there anything else I can do for you, Harry?
Get fucked, idiot.
That means he doesn't really know anything about you.
Yeah.
A pity. The mystery of you will have to remain a mystery for the time being.
Yes, that's what I said. Try to keep up, okay? Let's move on.
You might have noticed there's one hanging on a tree behind the hostel cafeteria.
Oh my. Don't take this question personally, but why would I get involved in this matter?
Mr. Clare, the man was hanged with a cargo belt, a steel-reinforced cargo belt. It's safe to assume the Union had something to do with the murder. Besides, getting the body down would benefit all of us. It's a stain on the neighborhood.
You are a community leader. Help your community out.
I can certainly see how having him up there might start affecting some real estate values.
He licks his fat lips and smiles.
But of course, all joking aside, I am going to help you.
Yeah. Clicks a button.
Jean-Luc, the cop who bested you in physical combat is here, and he has a little dead body in a tree problem. Namely, he needs it to be taken down. Please extend him this courtesy. You can find Luke down at the gates, but you already knew that. Anyway, he's going to help you, now that he's back on his feet. Oh, that's very nice. I haven't gotten around to her yet. I'm very, very busy, you see. I hope you're getting along. One thing I want to make very clear, Harry, is that this is not some kind of union versus corporation situation. Everyone is just pals here.
Just pals, huh?
We're all trying to do what's best for Martinez here. Don't feel like you can't cooperate with her because you and I are such good friends and I'm helping you get that nasty body down from the tree. I'm not a jealous guy. What do you mean, Harry? Nothing. I let him go.
Make concessions with the company in previous negotiations. Why would you let an ally like that go?
He's an old man, Harry. I wanted him to spend more time with his family. God knows how long he's got left.
Called him a midget.
Harry, I have little people in my organization. I would never call someone a midget. What is this? Honestly, I'm beginning to think you're a midget, Harry.
Huh?
I'm only kidding, Harry. You're not a midget. No one is. We're pals.
It's hard to say if he really lost his temper, or if this is another one of his tricks. This man almost never angers visibly.
What are these empty... What's going on with Twitch chat? You guys see these like empty like text boxes coming up? Like what is happening? So Sketchblob, hello. I'm enjoying me some Disco Elysium, my guy.
Oh my god!
I prefer Ska Asphodel myself. Aha. See what you did there. See what you did there. Took me a sec. I'm a dumb guy. Reviewing your advantage, unsuspicious. Best seems to think Ewan is lowballing her. Have you seen her?
If she actually wants to see me, she will find a way. Any good negotiator would. And I just don't have anything to discuss with a bad negotiator. Yes, yes. Low balling, of course. This isn't a casino, Harry. Real people, real livelihoods are at stake here. But everything's a casino for those rich types.
His expression makes it clear. This is childish and irresponsible behavior.
Vanished? Harry, the woman left her casserole in the oven and couldn't make it here in time for the voting. Oh, did I leave my casserole on? Better go home and check. The election can wait. When she got back, the whole thing was over.
Wait, there was no mention of a casserole from Joyce.
Harry, Harry, Harry. Do not fixate on this little matter. Maybe it was a rabbit stew, or a hairdryer, or an iron. The point is, her heart wasn't in it. Mine was. Of course, Harry. Let me just assure you one more time. It's perfectly okay to share anything we discuss here with this Joyce. This is a completely transparent organization.
Mm-hmm.
I have no interest in what she is doing, but I myself have nothing to hide. Your business is your business, and I respect your privacy. Just remember, none of this is secret. Tell her about all of it. My brother's picture, my singing swordfish clock. Tell her how overweight I am and how I'm helping you find your lost gun. Tell her about everything. Everett doesn't mind.
It is rather interesting to tell people things about each other, isn't it? It was nice telling him about her right now. This is weird. Not nice weird, but okay.
What? Harry, how could you say that to me? You know I appreciate a joke as much as any Johnny Fat Guy, but I can't take slander. Are you actually investigating this?
The reaction appears to be sincere, but it's impossible to tell with this guy.
No.
You've hurt me, Harry. Me, a friend. But you know what?
And gets over it in 2 seconds. Seems like it didn't really hurt him.
I trust you, like I trust all my friends. And I know you'll never talk to me about this again, because you don't want to wound me. So do what you want, and let's change the subject.
Thank you for your understanding. We will continue to do what we must.
You too, Lieutenant. You know, I like you, but you never were my favorite. I'm a Harry guy. I'm Team Harry.
None taken. Did we have anything else to do here, Harry?
Give me a sec. Alright. Let's see.
Yes, your lost gun. My best men are on it. They're turning every stone, searching every playground, asking kids, grandmas, everyone. Your gun will be found, Harry. Let me assure you of that. It's just a matter of time and effort.
The only way to find it seems to be working with him. He might even be holding your gun hostage.
I don't care about my gun. I love it, Harry. Wish I could be like that, but I can't. I have a responsibility to this community. I can't have a loaded gun out in the streets.
Said it wasn't loaded.
The officer is exaggerating. Of course we care about the missing firearm, and we are actively looking for it as well.
The lieutenant is concerned about the lost gun and feels that the fact you haven't prioritized looking for it is unfortunate, if inevitable, and doesn't put the RCM in a good light.
Excellent, Mr. Kitsuragi. That's excellent news. Looks like we have a friendly gun-finding competition on our hands. A fantastic change of heart, Harry. Go talk to Manana down by the gates. He'll brief you and give you the key. Just open one little door. You don't need to go in or anything. I just want that weasel to come home and see the unlocked door. That's it. Anything else we should discuss? Wait. You need this to get in and out through the gate. Here, you're one of us now. A real red and white Union man. Take care, Harry.
Where is it? Okay. I don't really see the item he gave me, but you know, all right. Hi, kitty. Hi. Kitty. Gotta lie down. Man's out here getting cooked, dude.
Yes? What do you want to know? Good.
Arresting control at Marsh.
We'll see what this thing does.
Arresting control. Marsh. On with a loud grind. The crane shifts overhead, moving a massive metal container through the air.
Doesn't look safe.
And with a surprisingly quiet thunk, the crane places the container down. The harbor sleeps as the strike rages in the distance. The crane can rest again, now that its purpose has been fulfilled. Moving this container, of course. For this purpose it was built.
Tuscan has a spider infestation. Wow. That's a Tuscan. Tucson. Damn.
See how that was worth the ruckus, except for seeing the crane in action, which I admit was satisfying.
The crane does not return to its original position.
Let's see what's in here. Oh, you better get that fucking exterminator, dude.
Just one of many in the yard.
Is this like your thing with that wall again? You do? Because I don't. There are a million containers here. Why are you fixating on this one? There may very well be, but we are not here to look for that. We are not here to interact with containers. We are here to talk to the Union, right?
No reply. 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 No reply.
For orb weavers? Oh shit.
You attempt to turn the handle, to no avail. The doors seem to be mechanically locked. To your left, the lieutenant considers your actions with some puzzlement. Why are you even trying to open a door with rhetoric?
Trying to talk my way into the door, dude, because getting physical wasn't an option.
What wasn't an option?
Using my body over my
Now
woods.
is not the time to get philosophical, detective. You can do that after hours.
I mean, one orb weaver is fine, but 5 of them gotta go, dude. Cannot have that. Can't have an infestation on your hand, dude. No good. Oh, there's hella bottles here. Oh, there's so many bottles here. Yeah. Yeah. Fuck yeah. Also in the bushes, but 2 of them that full wheel webs on the windows here. Night light turns on. Or the night light turns. Yum. Oh good. What's up, fucker?
Do not presume this has drastically altered our race dynamic. True, I said nothing about our personal dynamic. That has altered a little. He does not so much as glance at the object. Stop showing me your pathetic cup. I have no interest in it. He had nothing to do with it. Does he strike you as the kind of man who puts mugs into trash? Don't be vulgar. White or not has got little to do with this. The race enigma runs much deeper than that.
Yeah, but you still serve him. How's that factor into your life?
Mr. Claire is a man of vision and means. He has the will to confront International Capital, which is something your race naivistic communists never did. Also, to serve is noble. It takes discipline. Your petulant individualism has only contributed to your race failure. It is lax and moronic. Jam. Individualism. You have gotten these ideas from degenerate youth culture, have you not? You have picked them up from rock and roll songs? Offshoots of the Seminoles people invented disco while having sex under the influence of cocaine. It is a shame upon my race. But what is done is done. I am not surprised you enjoy it so much. This has happened to many of the side products of the inevitable cultural victory of the Seminoles race. The South Island race, haplogroup A4A. We are the rightful masters of the Insulindian
Is what's called full of soup.
We
I see.
descend from the Areopagites of ancient Pericarnassus and arrived here 4,000 years ago. Millennia before you. We are the future. That is all you need to know.
I mean, he's confident. You gotta give him that.
I am a descendant. The narrow streets of Ulumbuir are with me in my genetic dreams. I see young Seminoles women walk into the grey mass on Ile de Fantôme, waiting on immaculate conception from the pale. No, I have heard about it on the radio. I'm from Couronne. And no, it is not just a revolution. The city is central to the Simony strategy. Spreading through its trade networks, our culture will dominate the world. You have heard enough about our phylogenetic secrets for today. You have extinction to come to terms with. Think upon it.
What you think about this, Kim?
I think this racist is better than the last, but the next racist will be the really good one.
That will be the...
He will grant us 3 wishes.
Your pedomorphic animals they protruded an occiput and an indented zygomatic bone. The lieutenant does not flinch. You should keep him close. The congenital defect of farsightedness does not render him a complete invalid. He still has the use of his mind. I am not the first line of defense. I am the last. In addition, these so-called hardy boys are an effeminate clique of bodybuilders. Their company is spiritually degrading.
You have a tough choice to make. Become racist, Y or N. N.
Something artificial in his tone, like he's putting on an act. This is unlike him. He is usually more himself. Fine. They have recently fallen under the influence of a possibly sexually perverted female vagrant and a narcotics peddler. It's shameful.
Seem like these boys were doing some sexual harassment.
Find out for yourself. Endomorphic blob.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting.
Racists are generally not very good examples of their race. I am not like them. I am craniometric perfection. I have taken the trouble to permanently draw a phrenologic grid on my skull and features. This should dispel any doubt. True, that is a noble cranium, but you got a hard noggin yourself. Your silence betrays your inferiority. You do not have a reply. You should enter a deep race slumber.
Deep race slumber.
In years, there is need for a servile homunculus.
Deep race slumber.
So it was. You bested me in race combat to reach my superior, then had him give me an order. I salute your cunning, enemy. I will go and remove the body from the tree with my bare hands.
You're so noble, Measurehead.
But while I am gone, someone must stand guard on the bridge. That someone needs to be you. Both of you.
This is the uncomfortable result of not taking it on ourselves. I can live with a compromise.
Alright.
Listen to your little friend. He is wise in his childlike way. His mysterious race may yet prove fierce competition to my heroic haplogroup. Babe, see that they stay here the whole time.
Alright. Race combat.
The woman's gaze follows Measure
Oh no!
as he leaves.
So, you guys are like cops or something? Have you ever thought that maybe things should go to shit? I'm Katya, by the way.
Ah, Katya.
You hear that? That sound. He's breaking something.
Yeah, Jean-Luc must be really tearing it up over there. I wish I could see it.
Look at you! RCM rent-a-cops! Guarding that bridge like Evrod's lapdogs! Is this where it's at now? The RCM is for sale!
Spoken by a mercenary pretending to be a worker.
Yes, I am an unbelievably corrupt cop. I am corrupt. I am corrupt every opportunity I get.
A shrill laughter interrupts you, echoing across Martinez. It's Kuno. Then the man turns to look behind him at the behemoth appearing around the corner, approaching him, walking past him.
The corpse has been removed from the tree. Stand down and congratulate yourself. You have sided with Ray's victory today. And what you had to do was to become a Union man for all to see.
So, how'd you like our harbor? It's but a rest area on the path leading across open plains. Right, you talk to the boss, eye to eye, like men of the plain. If you have any more questions, I'm set to talk.
Yeah, dude, who killed the hangman?
The mercenary, eh? Who could have killed him? That's indeed the question. Why even do such a thing?
Mark was hanged with a very specific type of cargo belt, and often used in harbors as the word vermilion written on it. Or is a prime area of suspicion. In your opinion, are the dock workers involved in the killing?
What a thought! Why would noble workers resort to such a thing? Unless they were pushed, of course.
Oh.
Your dead guy was an enemy combatant.
What does that even mean?
He was an agent of the opposition, attempting to undermine our honorable efforts. I ain't the murdering type, but that's just me. Large organizations like our union have all sorts of men, with all sorts of skills.
He's not lying about not doing it himself. He means a more violent faction could easily take care of such a thing.
Understood. This has been of limited use. Still, thank you.
No problem. I wish the best to you in your search. Should I... A key, huh? What door is this key supposed to open? Oh, say no more. I got you. I got that key right here. And let me tell you, it's mighty good of you to help us out during the strike. Working class solidarity, as they say.
I'm a hustle grinder.
I'm not so sure about the hustle grind, but you know, it doesn't matter. It's a good thing you're doing. Thanks. What you're looking for is a basement door behind the greenhouse. That's behind the whirling in rags. That's all I know. Our organization is what you call compartmentalized. Means we keep out of each other's business.
Okay, but where did you get the key from?
The janitor gave it to me. Nice fella. We talked about life and things that really, truly matter. None of this mess we're in. This jiving and juggling. What's it for? To feed our children, I guess. I'm more of a philosophical dock worker. I like to talk about the big picture stuff. Who I am, who you are, what we are fighting for.
Ask him about the Hardy Boys.
Los Ardis? They're an independent militant group. A bit too high-strung, but it comes with the responsibility.
Mm-hmm.
They're sort of like you. Preserve the rule of law and all that. Except it's Everard's law. But really, they're just like you. We're negotiating our share. Aye.
So not wages or pensions or... How large a share would you like?
This stuff, they already covered.
You'd be grateful then? More than most people have here.
Never grateful. Were we ever grateful, we'd have nothing. You fight for every piece. All of it. However, right now we want all the harbor workers to be on the company's board, so they could take part in the decision-making process. I think it's best you make up your own mind now that you've met him. In my eyes, he is a capable organizer and a decent businessman. I guess you kind of get to be the village chief. He oversees the harbor, makes deals with the owners or other relevant parties, watches out for his own.
By that, you mean corruption?
By heavens, why would he not be corrupt? We live in a harsh and disordered world, see? And in this world, the old man is corrupt for our benefit, and we know it. Appreciate it even. He is, personally, not too lavish. He is reasonably lavish, sure. That's his prerogative. It's not like you want a saintly demeanor on a corrupt motherfucker. That would be a manipulative illusion. Besides, there are no non-corrupt systems in the world anyway, and moralism is the most corrupt of them all. No. I don't think I'm a communist. Seeing something of value and saying I want it all to myself is a much older and simpler notion. No science to it at all. Even a weak child can think it. The only things holding someone back are I can't and I shouldn't. Then how can anything ever be mine? But that's okay. We don't have to agree. The prairie is wide enough for all of us. Sure, I've had the necessary free time. Fortunately, there's always time.
The look in his brown eyes conjures up an understanding. For him, having command of his time is the most important thing. It all comes together now. The way he speaks about scabs, his general attitude. He's a follower of a 500-year-old Franco-Nigerian Boyadero code, itself an appropriation of Vespertine cool. That of a noble peasant or a traveling herdsman. True to yourself, independent in your actions, loyal to your friends. No.
Maybe.
No.
The
man sits on the rail.
Mayhaps. I could, I could be.
Go even wider, if need be. An endless torrent of time.
I mean, maybe, like, you could give me a chance. Open apartment for Everett. Special borscht. I'm not a communist. Not yet. Not yet. Oh. 30 to Titus Hardy. Oak on the balcony. If it's apartment 28, sometimes there's 21. Let's see if you want to tell them.
The tear machine stands in the corner. A sign says, 1 bottle equals 10 cents. Your bottles clunk into the machine, and the money appears with a satisfying jingle. You're a richer man now.
Fuck, I'm still broke, dude. Go to the pawn shop real quick. Try and get some extra cash so I can pay this fucking tab. $1.70, baby. Yeah, baby.
Hello, hello. Let me know if I can help. Sure, let me have a look. Anything else you're thinking of selling?
Hell yeah. Fucking cash money. Hell yeah, brother.
I'm not purchasing any more clothing at the moment. Another time back.
Alright, let's go check out the body. Hopefully he didn't just like pile drive that shit into the ground. Oh my god.
You missed a good show before. A kid came by and completely fucked the tree to pieces.
He fucked the tree up! Fucked it good! It was porno!
By the way, kipped is a racial slur.
Oh! I leave it up to you, chat. Wow, chat. Wow. Wow, chat.
Stop choking, Kuno! The faggot has got you in a chokehold!
Kuno's not fucking choking.
Choked you out there. Says you're right. Using reactionary shit.
Like fuck you did. Kuno's gonna keep saying kipped forever now. Kipped. Shit. The fuck did you want anyway? You got your fuck bag down. Now let's talk normal shit.
Oh, now you want a normal conversation.
Yes. Kuno wants a normal conversation. Ask normal shit, please. The fuck about it? Kuno doesn't give a shit about the armor. Kuno's fuckgimp's got one big thing wrong with him. He's a fucking mutant. Look at him. Fucking growth hormone shit. He's a giant. The armor's too big for any man. Kuno doesn't give a shit about that freak armor. Kuno threw that shit away.
Oh.
Oh, come on. He's just pretending that he doesn't care because he's too small for the armor.
Get the fuck out of here trying to fuck on me with that midget shit. Kuno's 12. He's huge. What are you? Fucking 80. When Kuno's 80, Kuno can fit 4 of you in Kuno. Fuck out of here.
What do you mean by that?
Trying to fuck on Kuno. Fuck out of here. Kuno tried to get the helmet on. It was too big.
Why is he replaced with a sad cat? Because my man got berated for losing his fucking gun and he was breaking down at the seams. That's why. My man was losing it, dude.
Kuno kicked that shit in the sea, rugby style. That shit means nothing to Kuno. Yeah, that shit means nothing to Kuno. Kuno doesn't give a shit about material shit. Kuno's a fucking monk. You wanna fuck on someone about that armor? Go fuck the mustached union fuck. The jolly troubadour shit at the gates. Yeah, cock and boot. You know that jolly union cow fucker? Came around talking about cows or some shit?
Yeah, we heard.
Pretending like he cares about cows?
Yeah, we heard about this cow thing he's talking about, actually.
So yeah, he's the one you want to talk to. He's fucking crazy about that armor shit. Coming here pretending like he likes cows. Trying to catch a peep at Kuno's armor. Go to the gate. Ask him yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Curious, my liege. Why did Kuno feed you this information?
Yeah, Kuno's doing charity today. Kuno Day. Kuno feels sorry for you two loser pigs. Kuno's doing pity now.
Alright.
Still, seems suspicious. He may have it in for that guy. Or you may be paranoid. That is also a possibility, sire.
Fuck are you talking about? What is this contusion shit?
He says you're stupid, Kuno. They want to make you stupid again.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're stupid.
Get the fuck out of here calling Kuno stupid. Pigs come to Kuno for guidance, then say he's stupid. The fuck is up with that?
They're lost without you, Kuno. They need you. You're in control of this.
Why don't you figure your shit out yourself before you come to Detective Kuno for help?
Maybe we should.
You're testing Kuno's patience here.
Get lost.
Right, pig. This is where Kuno plays with his little wooden choo-choo. Fuck do you want with it? Yeah, Kuno doesn't know shit about that. That shit is beneath Kuno.
Alright.
Listen. Kuno doesn't care about this small-time shit. Just listen. Kuno saw what you did there, dumpster diving. Sad shit. Kuno could hook you up with some sweet rags. Shit like Kuno's wearing. Your size, good price. 500 real. Look, Kuno ain't seen shit lying around, except for that up there. Now you want performance gear or not, Grandpa?
The lieutenant remains silent, but his expression couldn't say, "I told you so."
Whatever. Kuno was trying to help you, but you're too fat for falling anyway, pig. The fuck? A mug in the trash? Is this about the fucking clothes again? Yeah, Kuno sees where this is going. Kuno's got that fast brain. You saying you pigs are after the mug fucker, cause he's the clothes fucker?
Oh?
I can't hear you, Kuno. Speak louder, Kuno.
And Kuno, someone has tampered with the crime scene. Clean some of it up.
Shit, that's tense. Someone's going to the beat-down basement, huh?
Beat down basement, dude.
The kid may have something there. He's already come up with an interrogation technique too.
You're going down to the beat down basement?
Kuno doesn't know who put that shit in there. And if he did, he wouldn't squeal. But if you find out, maybe you can...
Stop turning into a pig, Kuno. They're trying to get you hooked on the snitching. Get away from my Kuno.
Yeah, get your bacon shit away. Kuno doesn't like to be seen with the popo. Get your shit done and out of Kuno's face. Dunno. Kiptas Gardener used to work there. That's what Kuno said. She couldn't handle the heat, so she took off. Kuno can take it. Shit's nothing to Kuno. The fuck does this have to do with the Kuno? Kuno doesn't give a shit who she is.
You were expecting relaying this information to him to be more rewarding, right?
Hey, I didn't really want to say it to him anyway. He didn't give me a choice.
Isn't a gardener. You know what you should do if you want to get rewarded? Drugs. Drugs are more rewarding than work. Or alcohol, if you don't want to do drugs. Alcohol is just as rewarding, but it isn't a drug. This has been going on for quite a while, hasn't it? You've been thinking about drugs and alcohol for a long time now. Juicy drugs. Tasty alcohol. Seems kind of boring now, going back to... What was this about? Some yard? Yards aren't interesting. Only drugs are interesting. Drugs and alcohol. You feel sad now, but what can you do? Life has to go on. With a heavy sigh, you say...
That's just some shit roofing gimps left behind, lazy dinks.
He's hiding something.
Pig, if Kuno was hiding something, it would be hidden.
But it is not hidden, is it, sire? You picked up on it. You should examine the pile of roofing material again.
Look at that fucking shit! You're trying to get Kuno killed! Fuck does Kuno know? Kuno's not a fucking acrobat.
The lieutenant takes a quick note in his notebook.
It's a trap, Kuno! Don't climb it, Kuno!
Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Yeah? The king... Yeah, whatever. Kuno doesn't give a shit. Kuno doesn't fucking care.
Thanks, Kuno. Rev up those drugs! Yeah, this is fucked.
The corpse lies on the ground among the remains of an absolutely demolished pinewood branch. It's gently laid on one side.
Mr. Measurehead has done a good job. Nothing is too broken or compromised. The victim is ready for a field autopsy. Yes. 1. Investigation of the scene. 2. Initial examination of the victim. 3. Field autopsy. 4. Transportation of the body to the morgue. We are on number 3.
The fuck are they on about?
Cop's gonna cut his shit up!
Got it.
The lieutenant adjusts his glasses and takes a deep breath. The fish lips stay silent in response. You must be losing your mind, asking him that over and over.
I told you, he is male, 40 to 50, with an athletic build. Come on, officer. You know what a field autopsy is. You've done 100 of them. Unfortunately, no. Let's not go glove hunting, please. Let's use division of labor. I perform the anatomical side, while you take notes. That's right.
The dead man stares in silence as you crack open the ledger. The bright red paper is covered in boxes and lists.
Among us, dude.
And organs in 3 parts.
Can't believe that talking this little shit is impossibly demoralizing to our character. Yeah.
Of those, an 11 field info form needs filling out first. It begins with...
That's you.
The corpse is indifferent to your scribblings. Just lies there. The next box says...
KK57 0803 dot 0815. Next. We've heard the nom de guerre. Lely. It's better than nothing. Write it down. What's next? Date of birth? NA. Roughly 50.
The corpse looks ageless, like meat on a hook. Teeming with opportunistic microorganisms, letting out a foul-smelling diamine compound. Your eyes turn watery.
Mondial.
Mondial.
The pudgy mess of curdled meat looks neither mondial nor anything other.
Male.
Fucky!
Male.
Pigs can have sex!
Nor does he look male, with his pregnant
I like how,
indistinguishable
like,
face.
I like how, like, him listening to these kids, like, rant and rave, like, you could accidentally write down one of those things instead.
We're still going with March 4th, 51. What else? 9. Body identified by is non-applicable. 10. Case number is the same as the coroner's case.
KK 57 0503 0815 listens motionless, with the cargo belt still around his neck.
None, at least not after the initial examination.
A silent nod. The lieutenant places his gloved hand on the corpse's chest, as if in preparation. Your central nervous system recognizes this gesture. It's the stations of the breath. Ecclesiastic, religious in nature, a holdout from pre-DeLorean burial rites. It takes him 2 seconds to perform. Then, somewhere in Jamrock North, a small wood shed behind Rosencrantz Row, Lieutenant Nick Feuerback puts his hand to the chest of a small corpse, no larger than a monkey. It's raining outside, light drizzle. There is darkness in the shed. Elsewhere yet, an obese female sits in a wicker chair, her silhouette bull-like against the window. Outside, Grand Coudon. The day is turning dim for Sergeant Mac Dawson. Hand extended, he approaches, to make sure she is dead more than anything else. The building is tall, 7 stories wind-wrapped in solitude. Most of the apartments are unoccupied. This was a suicide. The other, an accident. The small one. And so, all across Jamrock, Coal City, GRIH, 42 deceased persons found today.
Oh my God.
42 stations of breath.
We should start the post-mortem.
The corpse cannot feel Kim's hand on his chest. It no longer meaningfully interacts with its surroundings. A thicket of boxes and lists on red copier paper tries to answer why.
I want to do it.
Clothes. The deceased wears armored boots and white briefs. The make of the briefs is Babrodine, I think. Let's see.
Yeah, it just derails the case.
See, it's happening.
Babrodine, yes. Inexpensive. Size M. Color white.
The disappointment is palpable. The red-haired thing was expecting something more lurid.
The boots are ceramic, vitreous enamel. They are fused to his skin from blood flowing downward post-mortem. Removal of the boots is left for processing. The boot has a serial number. It's E50.100.100. The lines between the plates are in the shape of the alphanumerical. The number is purposefully concealed by the design. Tattoos. The upper torso is covered in a single, continuous tattoo, resembling a map of the night sky. It reaches from the right shoulder to the heart. The ink is blue and white. The assistant has a color photograph of the markings, to be added to the case files as document A1. The photo is taken on the scene, using a Trigat Mini. The deceased has a belt for airlifting cargo around his neck, tied with a hangman's knot. Color yellow. Length 3 meters. There is a buckle on the other end. Well-nourished, athletically built, measuring 1.8 meters. Generally consistent with age, about 50. Preservation is good. Ambient temperature below freezing. Body hair is light brown. Distribution is consistent with age. The deceased had male pattern baldness. Hair is combed back, short.
His hair feels wet, soaked with rain, cold to touch. Not that different from a living person. After the stench is suffocating. Strands of dark brown hair start sticking to your hand, like thread off a rag.
Come on,
head.
boy!
There's brilliantine in there. He's combed his hair back with oil.
Keep petting him. What?
Lividity is consistent with hanging. The head is congested. Contusions are present on the head, chest, and thighs. Consistent with stones thrown post-mortem. Low velocity.
Fucking low velocity? You think Kuno doesn't know what you're talking about? Velocity was fucking max. Talking shit about Kuno's velocity.
In addition, there are bite marks on the face, scalp, and chest. Consistent with predation. Ligature mark. The steel wiring. There's too much of it. We need to remove the belt so we can get to the ligature mark.
You got just the right tool for that. The chain cutters.
Pet the chain cutters.
Man lets out a joyous little bubble of rot from his nose.
Always good to think ahead. Now, we need to cut the belt to see the ligature mark below. Carefully, with as much precision as you can.
See, my pig is gonna fuck his head off.
No, he ain't. Your pig's a boring fuck.
You jam
Come on!
under the knot. That seems like a smart idea. Yeah, somewhere there. Already they're buried deep in the man's flesh. Then you rotate them to get a better hold.
Fuckity fuck.
The lieutenant looks by, somewhat worried as you summon power words to your aid. A really, really bad smell is coming from there now, and some kind of cracking sound.
Yeah, fuck him. Fuck that faggoty. Corpse fucking time.
Told you my pig was hardcore.
I should have a go first. I think I have a strategy.
Let him work.
He sinks the cutters into the knot, preparing to perform the cuts, with his elbow to his knee for precision. Yes, that's much better form than you had. Snap. The knot is slashed. Another cut and the belt falls apart like a flower bouquet, revealing the dead man's neck and the dark red ligature mark around it.
Here.
Hands you the chain cutters back and then nails close to the body. Running his fingers along the arc red groove. Comes to a gap.
The rope rises to a point, leaving a gap in the ligature mark. The suspension point is in the back of the neck, on the nape.
As it ought to. This is where its grip on the curdled meat is gentlest, pulling up.
Hemorrhaging is observed on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. The mark is well pronounced, consistent with a drop from 1 or 1.5 meters. Chest is intact, normal contour. Abdomen is protuberant, pelvis intact, genitalia.
No! Let's get up and see!
I fucking knew it!
Genitalia is male and unremarkable. No evidence of injury.
Unremarkable.
Back is symmetrical and intact. Upper and lower extremities are intact, but asymmetrical. There are combat injuries on the right hand, thigh, and hip.
Bullets have bitten little pieces out of him. It must have been excruciating, especially the hip. Before you is a temple of pain that knew little tenderness in life.
In addition, I see smaller, residual scars, too numerous to count, covering about 30% of his skin. We have a real museum here. Of battles, wars. Last item, hands.
The hand is surprisingly heavy to lift, filled with decay liquids. Feels as though it could explode if squeezed harder. You're suddenly repulsed, so much so you feel compelled to drop it.
Hands are clean. No sign of injury from struggling. I was. Maybe I'm just not seeing them. Honestly, this stench is making it hard for me to think at the moment. Ooh. That's all for the external. Well done. What next?
Oh, not the internal, dude. Oh my god.
I'm gone. Into the wild pale yonder. In the past, way out in the west. I'm a joke. Look at me. A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
Takes one to know one.
Go ahead, Coppo. What do you mean? It's the power of your...
Black frothy liquid starts bubbling on his lips.
Imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoonie. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions? Coming right up, copperoonie Rooney. This is getting upbeat now. Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
I don't know. I do strike myself as a Rooney.
No, you don't. Between you and me, your name is probably Harry. That's right. Stupid, boring Harry. Harry, the motherfucker. Because you have
killed you.
Love did me in, Brother Copo. It was love all along.
I think you're talking to yourself there, Harry, but alright.
Sure, Lobo. I can ask you a question. Why are you doing this? Looking at my face, motionless, looking into my eyes, standing here. Why are you investigating my murder? Ha!
The clown lips on the corpse appear to smile. Something is on its way. Something hidden. It's coming. A miracle from the northwest, and it's almost here. You can feel it in the air, on your hands. The cold spring air smoothing them over.
I hate you. You stink and you're boring.
Do I remind you of someone?
Harlequinism? An action or expression characteristic of a harlequin. What? Okay.
You sure wriggled out of that one, Coppellini. Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
That's not what he said.
Central nervous system. I have nothing. Do you have anything on this man's central nervous system?
Of course, there is a moral to be drawn from it. A moral to this story.
What would that be?
The dead man looks, too, with barely contained excitement to hear the moral of his story.
Rain is very vulnerable to compromises. Blood.
I think that may well be the moral of every story, officer. Good. Musculoskeletal. Purge fluid is coming from the mouth. Not injury related. Eyes and tongue protuberant. Hyoid bone. Let's see.
With his eyes almost closed, the lieutenant puts his hand on the dead man's throat and begins to massage it, gently. A rotting smell erupts from the mouth. Purge fluid runs down his lips, black and viscous.
Yeah, jack that fucker off!
The hyoid bone is fractured. The rest of the musculoskeletal system is intact. Unremarkable. Respiratory system.
I conjure as if in prayer, he begins to pry open the dead man's jaw. Stops to exert more force. Both hands are used.
Oral cavity shows no lesions. The victim has received dental implants, possibly after a combat wound. Mouth swollen. Hemorrhaging present in mucosa of the lips and mouth.
No scream, no sigh of relief rises from the darkness inside. It's humid there. Sickly sweet air, unlike anything living. You feel like throwing up. Straight in that mouth. No, you don't. You can keep it in. You can keep anything in. You manage to suppress the contractions trying to enter your stomach. All it takes is concentration. Through it, you see nothing but darkness. More meat and darkness.
There are ancient mysteries down there, Kobo. Ask me later.
Yo, Inland Empire, fucking wacky, dude. Holy shit. I'm glad I invested in Inland.
Are you a hepatobiliary expert? Neither am I. That's it.
Alright.
Same for toxicology and serology, NA. Unless you have untapped reservoirs of knowledge there?
Lesionist enemy wonders if there's something we could still do.
Like a toxicology screening? At this stage, I doubt processing will find anything, even if he was brimming with cocaine. But still, you should add a request.
Brimming with cocaine.
Brimming with cocaine.
Cardiovascular. The body exhibits heavy lividity. Blood has gathered in the hands, feet, and neck. Hypostasis is visually consistent with a hanging. Gastrointestinal.
West looks around to the ground to pull a feces there.
Digested semi-solid food in stomach. Voila.
Keep the voila.
What's next on the list?
No, I'm keeping the voila.
Let's see. We have bite marks, contusions on the head and chest, and a ligature mark encircling the neck. You'll need 3 fields. Leave a 4th one too.
I'm very curious about the bite marks.
Oh, so we inflicted them? Okay, so there's an incision on the thorax from a chain cutter. I wouldn't mention it. Better not to muddy the waters.
See? These pigs are fucking corrupt.
Why don't you fuck him if you love him so much?
Now, injuries. Head, chest, and scalp.
How to get the body down? We kicked
By birds has caused damage.
a tattooed racist ass. We talked to his boss, convinced him that we need to get the body down because it'll be bad for real estate. And then the tall racist took the body down for us by assuming sawing the branch off. And then, you know, Derpy Bubble subscribed. You know, that's what happened, dude, for 6 months. Thanks for the sub, my guy. How's it going? Did I adjust your television set? That was my computer making noises. Wondering why my notifications are. Yeah, he bare hands. He said he was going to do it.
And your opinion, officer?
Head, chest, and scalp bite marks injuries. Predation by birds has caused damage to the body.
Agreed. Next injury?
Fusions.
So, the scalp bleeds from a post-mortem head injury, a stone. The injury does not have the rim of an early inflammatory response. The perpetrator on the scene has confessed to causing it post-mortem.
At maximum velocity, fucko!
Has confessed to causing it at maximum velocity.
Coagulated blood sticks to his scalp and chest, where the countless stones have hit the dead man.
Post-mortem.
Right. Next.
Ligature.
A dark red abraded ligature mark encircling the neck, with a gap on the nape measuring, let's say...
Write that down, write that down!
The hyoid bone is fractured, the cervical column intact. I see hemorrhaging on the skin, above and below the ligature mark. Depth of the mark, 1 centimeter. No signs of clawing on the neck.
Yeah, so you might have been unconscious when it happened.
Below the note, 2 customary boxes wait to be ticked. The man's head jerks to the side. The ring around his neck is visible.
That's it. We have established cause of death. It's not much, and it leaves much to be questioned. But it's a start. Let's wrap this up. I pronounce this field autopsy over.
There we go.
Well, we established probable cause of death. Some would say that's the goal of an autopsy. We also requested a toxicological screening. That was thorough. The results should arrive in a couple of weeks, if we are lucky. I would not hold my breath. We were thorough with the list of injuries too. We described them all in detail. What is there to say? Given the circumstances, it was a professional field autopsy.
Oh yeah, well done, Master Detective. Maybe a drink is in order?
I need a copy of that autopsy form. Then I will drive him to Faubourg for processing.
Shoot, Looney Rooney.
They had ancient mysteries.
Yes, Gobo mi Lobo. In the gift horse's mouth. Tracts and wakes and waterways. Ancient materials buried. Just a small gulp away. My beloved Gobo. A small gulp away. Come back later, Gobo. Amuse yourself with my frank manner.
Need a reason to pull head off. Look in the mouth.
If possible. Also, see me in your dreams.
Okay. I need a little help for carrying him to the holding pen of my kinema. I can take care of the rest. Continue working here. The locals, the case, or attend to your own business. I will meet you downstairs in the Whirling in Rags tomorrow morning, 7:30 sharp.
This means Lieutenant Kisuragi will leave the party until tomorrow morning. You're free to do side tasks and even the main case, though it might be more difficult.
Shit.
If you have nothing to do, read books or sit on the bench on the plaza.
Yo, Gundam Psycho, what's going on, dude? Kinda don't want to do anything case-wise until he shows up again. I feel rather uncomfortable doing this case without him. More so, I feel incompetent to do anything in this case without him. Hello.
What do I stream, Gary? Help.
Fucking, I don't know, man. Play some Gundam.
Fuck.
Play some Tarkov.
No.
Yeah, fuck you then. They'll come in here and ask me for shit then.
No. No.
Fucking guy. Oh, play Dragon Ball Breakers, dude.
Is it out? Oh, fuck. Shit.
It's right up our Dragon Ball alley, dude.
I
ain't buying that shit.
I mean, fuck. Chat, level 7 hype train, and I buy the game for Gary. On Gary's stream.
That's impossible, dude. That's not a thing anymore.
Oh, did they kill it?
Yeah, that was only for the week.
That's funny.
Motherfucker, stupid. This man out here trying to set you up, chat.
And I would have gotten away with it too if it weren't for good old responsible white list goody two shoes straight gunner Isaacs underscore.
That's me. I'm a straight laced cop and I get it done.
No feel, but that's me.
That's what
I shoot straight and I look straight.
Oh, they shouldn't have left these cigarettes here. I'm addicted.
Are you playing Grounded?
No, I'm playing Disco Elysium, my guy.
Oh, cigarettes.
Do you want to feed or are you heading out?
I'm heading out.
All right.
I have to set up fucking Dragon Ball fucking breakers.
This fucking loser, dude.
I'll be dead ass. Not impressed. Not impressed by that game. I'm gonna have to try it. It's on brand. Kinda have to.
Yep.
Oh.
That could be the next video, dude.
Nope.
All right.
I mean.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Is there like a party system?
I'm assuming so.
There has to be. Surely.
I'm assuming it's like Dead by Daylight, but you know, Dragon Ball.
I didn't enjoy it.
Then don't play it then.
Oh, but I really should.
Just simply don't interact with the media then.
I'll watch like the shortest tutorial video I can.
This man has no self-restraint at all. He's just, you know, out here just living life. The media is a ruse. That's what I'm saying, dude.
I'm gonna look it up. Okay. Dragon Ball Breakers tutorial. Alright. What? It's like all 20 minutes long. Why is it so complicated to play this fucking video game?
Because you gotta avoid cell, and then you gotta make sure.
There's a 15-minute one. Jesus fucking Christ.
There are clothes inside. Cheap second-hand clothes.
Oh, bro, this guy literally talks to him. Oh.
These are premium class clothes. Good quality
Oh, this video's fucking trash. Fuck this guy. I hate him.
I say his name. Dox him.
No.
Yeah, that's what I fucking thought. It ain't that bad if anyone to name drop him.
How to play? Ugh.
Economical, but also trendy. Look firsthand.
This dog shit.
No good.
I'm gonna watch the tutorial live.
They itch.
Careful not to jump. Your guy might get hurt.
Yeah, my guy, you know, he's shit. I'm sure you're talking about Dragon Ball.
Low tier. No, I'm not. I'm talking about Disco Elysium.
No, this guy's a shitter, dude.
John Elysium.
All natural materials, see?
Oh, these are ugly. Oh my god.
Skin friendly, and they're yoke.
No. I'd rather find pants out of the trash and wear those.
I wonder if you can like make it so you have to like, if you can wait really long to be the boss. If you only want to play the boss.
I have no idea.
You sit on the wind-worn wooden planks of the bench. Your feet.
I'll play breakers so you don't have to.
It's a day. Went to the harbor gates and asked the Jolly Mosque about the armor. As long as we're not trying to like arrest anyone, I think we can get away. I'm a fucking save. Now, let's see if we can get some more information.
Wide Frieza.
Right to work!
Thought Frieza was white? No, he's a fucking alien.
Who?
Frieza.
I'm not wondering, man. How can I help you?
Oh, I said wide. Wide Frieza, not white. Come on, chat, keep up.
To sick the pigs on me, pardon the choice of words.
Keep up,
Not
chat,
like
fuck's sake.
I was asked to look into that armor situation. Official Union probe, you know. Track it down, see who took it. At first I thought, why not? Maybe the pieces can feed the strike. Buy us a few more days under the sun, you know. So I went to this boy. He said he'd make me his prison bitch. He's got eyes everywhere, the cups in his pocket, and he's eating up Jamrock. Serves me right for doing menial footwork. I dropped that probe right then and there, and it still got me into trouble. One bad move is all it takes. I learned that people don't want to talk to a drunk union man about some armor. Not much. Technical stuff mostly. That was the interesting part. It's a minor nuisance. It's all good.
He thinks, not yet. Better to get this business out of the way. Sweeter than.
Because it walks into a subway and says, "White woman spotted."
I did some research into this armadura. Let's say I have friends at the library. I didn't get into the material science, just how it comes off. In parts. 4 in total. The helmet was the first to go. The kid says he tore it off and kicked it into the sea. I believe him. The boots were still on the guy last I saw.
Yes.
Too hard to remove. So, as I count, there are 2 parts missing. The gauntlets and the cuirass.
Also, yes, there's totally just a command prompt in Windows to get you
Hey!
your key.
For some militia. I guess you won't be collecting them all then. That's less work for you at least.
I have my nerdy brother over.
Oh, it got a Wargo over there?
Yeah, nerdy. Shit. Yeah, I was supposed to say nerdy in brackets, complimentary, because I've actually asked them to look at my PC that's completely busted. Sorry, hello?
Was that the letter A?
Huh?
Hey! The animated shit?
You niggas sound so similar, it's crazy.
You know that animated alphabet shit? Did you just fucking...
I'm in Gary's stream, and he says that we sound incredibly alike.
Yeah, we do.
Oh,
we
fuck.
really do. It really sucks.
Like,
If you've ever been, like,
if Lee died,
there's, like,
he
one of our
could
old
take your
recordings,
spot.
And you really just can't figure out who the fuck's who.
Oh no! No! He might play Siege with us later. Could you imagine the callouts?
Oh, I'm drinking if that's the fucking, like, bitch.
Okay.
Like, oh my god.
Who's on my left?
No, my left. Which is the real one. Shit, the right one, Gary. And he says you can take over the channel whenever I die. If I die.
No, I'll just figure out how to...
No, trade secrets.
Oh,
trade secrets. Nobody can know.
No one will ever know.
There's actually 7 of us, chat.
Yeah, there's just more in the closet.
We are many. You are one.
This is actually
spam the DDD button.
This is actually already the 3rd life arrow.
Yeah. The other 2 died 3 years ago.
Yeah, they probably
at
had
the
it
same
coming.
time.
Yeah, I know, it was a real pain in the ass.
Yeah, it's just like
All right,
Resident
all
Evil,
right.
dude.
Let him get back to his video game. I'll fuck off. See you later.
Alright, see ya.
Fuck this.
Oh my god.
Oh, they're just gone. They don't exist anymore, if they ever did at all. Forget about them. I did. Smart choice. It's only that one spot you need armor too. The one the bullet hits. Good luck if you go for those boots though. You'd have an easier time wresting the spurs off a boyadero than getting them off you. No problem. If you see that kid, thank him from Call Me Mañana. Thank him for showing me the way.
Yeah, like, I haven't talked to Wurgle that much. I know of his existence, obviously, but like, holy shit, they sound fucking similar. Oh my god. Alright, so apparently there's armor out in the ocean somewhere, dude. Or sea, whatever. some bullshit out there. But what's today? Chat, how do I check what day it is? Chat, how do I Chat, how do I check what day it is? It says day 2.
Good day to you, officer.
Open up tomorrow. Gotcha. Hell yeah, brother. Roundabout. I need to go report back to Joyce. This. Oh, we have this key too.
The front of this quarterly journal features a large satirical portrait of the late King Friesel. From the sides of his head, a pair of white antlers spread to the corners of the cover. Because white antlers are one of the symbols of communism, they represent a society in accord with the natural world and at the same time above it.
I don't know, like, I feel like our character is somewhat unreliable. I can't even say if this information is like true or not. He could just be pulling shit out of his ass.
Way to treat a former king, even one as underwhelming as Friesel. Because Friesel was incompetent, foolish, and cruel. In short, the embodiment of everything the communards wished to overthrow. It's satire, you see. To your disappointment, there aren't any full-color pictures to direct your attention. Just column after
This
column
book doesn't have any pictures in it!
Interrupted occasionally by little doodles in black and white. After rifling the pages with your thumb several times, you return to the table of contents.
That's some good shit.
The magazine is divided into several sections. International development, Kunst und Kultur, and local concerns. Just inside the cover, there's also an editor's note. It takes a moment, but gradually it dawns on you that Kunst und Kultur must mean arts and culture. As you leaf through this section, you come across several reviews of recent radio plays, as well as a brief artist spotlight featuring a local artist identified only as CS. The main feature, though, is a long essay titled Tip Top Tournée, a critical Mazovian perspective.
Oh, Andras, what's going on, dude?
This so-called artist spotlight is really just a brief Q&A, made all the briefer by the subject's evident hostility to her interviewer. The actual article is surprisingly light on details, but after skimming a page or two, you gather that it has something to do with motor carriage racing. If you don't follow it, you only ever hear about the ludicrous sponsorships and obscene death toll. You think you're settling in for a relaxing recap of the most recent season, maybe sprinkled with some nice anecdotes about a few of the more colorful drivers. Instead, you find yourself skimming a 10,000-word feature about all the politically problematic aspects of Tip Top Tourney. Where to even start? For one, there's the crass commercialism of its sponsorships, and then there's the practically criminal emphasis on deadly motor crashes. Oddly enough, this article has 2 bylines: Nasteb Encolada Bernal and Exilus Buka. There's no way those are real names. Have you ever met anyone named Exilus? Come on, they're plainly pseudonyms. Under capitalism, the article says, every pursuit has its price. Every pleasure, even one as elemental as the joy of racing others around a track, is reduced to an advertising opportunity. Thus, the so-called tourney becomes a competition between increasingly meaningless brand signifiers. Your discount laundry detergent racing against a pack of Astra cigarettes, or even a frita.
I can't believe it. They're talking about NASCAR, dude.
And that precisely is what's problematic about it. Were it not for the promise of random, spectacular violence, audiences would quickly lose interest. At the end of the day, it's the destruction of these 750,000 real races that you're really watching for.
What, Calder? What? What?
Sure, you think that, but subconsciously, it's the visions of brand names being engulfed in flames that you crave.
Well, I'm American. I don't watch no F1. What the fuck? I relate to the thing I know, not what it probably is.
Only true stakes are life and glory.
I don't know. I know NASCAR. I don't watch F1.
That's because you haven't been reading critically. But don't worry. The whole point of these sorts of articles is to let someone else read critically for you. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of contents unfolds before you.
That all came from Kunst and Kultur. Sorry, American here. The thinly veiled, blistering triad works perfectly either way. Yeah.
Comrade, as you know, this journal takes its name from Mazov's immortal expression, du cristal à la fumée. This was his way of describing the way the rigid, crystalline structures of capitalist ideology turn to smoke under communism.
I don't know much about racing stuff, except that I win all of them, no matter what kind. Damn. I see.
But, like the structures of capitalist ideology,
you invented racing, understood. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Of course you'd win the thing you created. You know, duh.
Their readers reassuring drivel. La Fumée is committed to telling the radical truth.
I am Daytona, actually.
That truth may drive away potential subscribers. So please, if you value our radical Mazovian perspective on contemporary politics, culture, and international affairs, please consider subscribing today. Yours in struggle, the editors. You flip back to the front of the magazine. The table of this section includes a long, tedious critique of the latest round of free trade negotiations between the EPIS nations and the Free State of Semenine. You also skip over an article about heavy fuel oil smuggling along the Messina border. Something about bear wrestling in Samara, book riots in Yugograd. Face it, you really aren't interested in foreign affairs. You're not even sure where most of these countries are. You flip back to the front of the magazine. Unsurprisingly, much of this section is taken up with articles declaring unqualified support for the dock workers' strike. You skim the headlines. Paint the harbor red and white. Martinez tames the wild pines. A city in revolt. First we take Martinez, then we take La Delta. Finally, there's a brief article by the writer G. Martin accusing the owner of the Cape Side Apartments of illegally attempting to evict certain communist tenants simply for not having paid their rent.
This has nothing to do with me.
The problem, according to G. Martin, is that under capitalism, the worker is rendered incapable of perceiving their own agency or lack thereof.
Fuck.
Thus, they tend to experience their own oppression as though it were happening to somebody else. Is that true? Have you felt estranged from your own self recently? You flip back to the front of the magazine.
Wow. The fuck? Shut the hell up. Alright. Go talk to Joyce.
You're back. Good. What can I help you with? You have. And how did you like Mr. Clare?
Finally, time to choose sides.
The hero of the worker movement. He's a champion I've sworn fealty to. He's a blooded rainbow socialist. I can do business with him. For socialists, for a socialist, he's reasonable. He's not a champion I have chosen. But wish to swear fealty to you in the cause of capital. Didn't.
Oh, come on now. He has his uses. How else would he have stayed in power all these years?
Yo, what's going on, Blight? Look at the stream, dude.
Actually,
No, the art, like, design in this game, like, just the art style, like, everything that's being presented to us right now is fucking phenomenal, dude. I love it.
corruption. That's how he's done it. Fantastic, Verm-like corruption, reaching into the bowels of the earth. Of course, I don't expect you to share anything he told you with me. I'm not a Verm myself. But if you felt like passing some information, how could I stop you? Are we not human? Are we not curious to hear another person's take?
Oh my god,
It's only
dude.
natural.
Both of these fucking people are so manipulative.
Gossiping.
Oh my god. Slimy. Both of these people are so slimy, dude. Holy shit. Holy shit.
Intellectually speaking, it would be quite interesting to hear what she has to say about these things.
Like, they're not that different.
Tell her she'll like you for it.
Of course, Detective. Should something come up later down the road, don't be afraid to drop by for a chat.
No, this is a visual, it's basically a visual
Is
novel.
there anything I can help you with? Of course, anything. I am sorry to have been the bearer of bad news. If there is anything else, I fear I've told you all. Is there anything else I can? Of course, Detective. You can always drop by later, should something come up. Now, what else can I do for you? Of course. Of course.
Don't tell her you've met Everard right away. This time.
I literally already did that. So,
Of course. Everard Clare is a man of the utmost integrity. If you can say one thing about him, it's that he always...
you were saying by to co-opt your beliefs for power at any time, regardless of belief, you know?
Of course not. Everard is fantastically corrupt. I imagine he has a thick, viscous goo where you and I have blood. He is the most corrupt individual I have ever seen, and I deal with men like him for a living. If there is anyone more venal, more irredeemably nepotistic, then it's his twin brother, Edgar.
They're definitely, both of these people are definitely personalities in their own way. Like, they exude some type of, like, trying to think of the word. They have their own energy about them, but the energies are very different. but they all kind of lead to the same conclusion of getting information.
Have you seen him? Of course. Of course. How this reality?
Yes, reality is your side case. An experimental side case.
I'm conducting a personal investigation of the world I find myself in. It's related to the medical episode. I'm having trouble remembering even the most basic terms of reality. No time to explain. Just give me a lowdown. Actually, it's not a good time for...
How truly curious. A sort of philosopher detective.
Hope my inquiry into the nature of reality will ultimately converge with our murder investigation. They are two halves of the same case.
A deep synthesis. I'll assist you however I can then. Go ahead. Ask.
Alright, we're in. I know these all look good, but begin with the first, okay?
Chris has no problem calling yourself ultra liberum scum. Decades of guilt and pride from the... I think in the ICP.
It remains a mystery what you mean by this something close. This isn't about you. It's about reality.
What I am not is a basic term of reality.
6 kilometers southwest in the Valley of Dogs, Junior Officer Chad Tilbrook takes aim at a rabid black dog licking its wounds in the grass. To his left, his partner, Emil Mullins, whispers, "You heard what happened to Tequila Sunset in Martinez?" "Yes, he lost his mind," Tilbrook answers, fingers on the trigger. "Don't worry, Emil." He pulls it out slowly. Slowly now. He'll find it again. We always do.
You? You're an officer of the RCM. Preciso Mundo.
Preciso.
Nothing more nor less than the de facto law enforcement body of post-revolutionary Revachol, detective. Yes, that means not de jure. The RCM acts in what is poetically called the twilight of international law, both at the behest of the coalition government and to its chagrin. The RCM's responsibilities are defined by the Emergency, Wayfarer and Aliments Acts, 3 pieces of legislation keeping the city in a, let's be honest, laissez-faire stasis to the benefit of foreign capital. There's nothing basic about your role, detective. It's true that the RCM keeps everything the way our seemingly permanent provisional rulers like it. Yet, on the other hand, I know these people. I deal with them daily. Let me tell you, dear, they are not fans of you. The post-revolutionary decade was a disaster for the coalition government. Revachol in the 20s was hell, especially on the west side of the river. Gang warfare, a botched privatization scheme, a nuclear pile meltdown.
Heard about that.
They called it the International Zone because no nation wanted to claim responsibility. The RCM restored peace where the coalition failed. A true blue citizens' initiative. They will never forgive you. So permit me to conclude with this. Who you are to me is the police, the only legitimate law enforcement authority in Revachol. And if those authorities drink so hard they need help recalling the basic terms of reality, well, I'm here to help. We're in Martinez, baby. A casual term of endearment popular among the 50-plus crowd. It's a disco holdover, pay it no heed. Aren't we all?
Aren't we all?
Martinez is a district of Revachol. A very small district tucked away near the industrial harbour, north of the 881 and Jamrock. You would be excused for not knowing about it. Unimportant, they say. Forgotten, even. Shelled to smithereens during the Revolution. It has its charms, just not this time of year. I'm not a good ambassador. I've only been here once before, as a teenager. Not a lot has changed. There are ruins, a terminal, fishing boats, reeds, boys with boxy shoulders. This place used to be a province, a workers' resort before the city swallowed it and the artillery did its work. The reeds are the real star of the show here now. The further down the coast, the wilder it gets. It's not really a sea, it's the Bay of Revachol, and the bay feeds into the ocean. Yes, we're on an island in an ocean, the world's largest body of water, the Insulindic.
Insulindic. Lukewarm and unknowable, flowing in and out of sight.
Caillou, as you already know. Imagine a pebble. A smoothed-over pebble amidst a great blue sea, misshapen, cracked. The cracks are the River Esperance. We're in the delta of this river, on the 6th branch, the Martinez distributary.
It is clear this pebble is of enormous value to her, and to humanity at large.
Revachol? Revachol is what you call a city, the great kind.
The great kind.
As if it's self-explanatory, beyond patriotism, a fact.
History detective. They built this city to resolve history. Our part in it, at least. Our centuries. The nations of the Occident, or migrant workers from Seminine and Ile Marat, depending on your creed. In the DeLorean century, 380 years ago.
A long time ago. You could drink that ocean, you think? I don't know, man. It's kind of green.
They say it's where the terrible questions of our time will be answered. The tensions are highest, the fault lines deepest. By that I mean conflicts. Ideological conflicts. The stuff of men. We are standing on a fertile, self-sufficient island able to sustain up to 200 million people in the middle of the Insulindic Ocean. The world.
The green gives it more flavor. Ah, I see.
It's where the money is. I think it's fair to say so. Martinez is about 22 kilometers from the center of the world. That soldering iron is the bank of the world building. The bottom floors are Insiacom, coalition government, Insulindian Mission Command.
Silence. She lowers her hand. The water, the light. It's as though you're seeing it for the first time. There is no recognition, only the immensity of the sea and the cold radiating from it.
We are where we are. I have no truer answer to give, unfortunately.
Thought gain. James Vu. Derealization.
This is one thought you need to complete. Where are you?
Was there something else you wanted to know? I remember something about a lowdown. These are unimportant times, Detective. You and I were born after the dust had settled. 1,000th of a second too late. For the big time.
The smile of a predator. No doubt what she's got in mind.
All men are predators, dear. Nothing much to be done about that. It's all a matter of where you get to file your teeth. The revolution. It's quite easy. every 100 years or so, our species gets together to decide what's next, who gets shot in the head, and who gets the mineral rights. It's a real kerfuffle. Why, of course. We're talking Duke Out Central. Full swing intraspecies warfare. No, I would say the apes were neutral. On the other hand, maybe you're right.
Would you say it was a bunch of apes duking it out?
Why, of course. We're talking Duke Out Central. Full swing intraspecies warfare.
It was a bunch of apes duking it out. And the apes, were they evil?
No, I would say the apes were neutral. On the other hand, maybe you're right. Those would be the communists. Generally speaking, 40 million people got shot in the head.
It's lime-flavored Gatorade water.
Communists? They all got shot in the head. Oh, and the anarchists too. They shot them well. So well, one forgets they even existed. Did they ever? Before they got shot themselves, they shot 2 million people.
Truly a kerfuffle.
Yes, the Insulindian deluge, they call it.
Bro, the lime cucumber Gatorade tastes like battery acid. Have you drank battery acid, my guy? I like to think you haven't drank battery acid. Who knows? It might taste good.
Yes, an acute thiamine deficiency can be exacerbated by alcoholism. Exacerbated means made worse.
Yeah.
Oh, lots of people. Even the king got shot in the head, or thrown beneath a horse, or drowned.
Battery is too gamey.
It was unceremonious. Just as well, he wasn't actually the king. Just the king's
Drinking battery acid charge your batteries? I don't know, dude. Hold on, I'm about to check. Is it safe to drink battery? But what is battery water? What is that? What happens if you drink bottled distilled water from a battery? What? Someone else has asked this question. Avoid it. It may not be suitable for drinking. Actually, distilled water is not harmful if we drink it, but water packed for using in batteries, although labeled as distilled, may not be actually distilled. It may be demineralized by using ion exchangers. Water for batteries should not contain salts of metals, and before ion exchanges, distillation was the only process for this. Distilled water is free of salt as well as microorganisms, whereas mineralized water, though free of minerals, may retain microorganisms. Hence, better do not drink it. More so, some manufacturers add small quantities of sulfuric acid in water for batteries, and that is definitely harmful if used for drinking. Yeah, Dasani water. Yeah. Yeah.
The real king abdicated and lived out a long and productive life as a venture capitalist in Grad. I prefer the term risk-averse. King Guillaume was nobody's fool. He could smell a PR disaster brewing, so he got out alive, and his nephew Fricelle got shot in his place. Him and tens of thousands of his wonderfully fascist kingsmen. It was a wild time. The liberals got the mineral rights. And by mineral rights, I mean everything. Liberals are usually middle-class people, Detective, or the remaining gentry, the beneficiaries of the pre-revolutionary arrangement. Some were rich enough to stay with the Constitution, with monarchy. Big mistake. Others bet on the revolution. They were called the ultras, or ultra-liberals.
The liberals.
They fared well. They didn't win so much as survive. We were the last ones standing when the war ended. Everyone else got shot in the head, remember?
Yep.
She's one of them. Of course.
To foreign intervention. The Coalition. Those people really took the mineral rights. The Liberals took everything that wasn't nailed to the ground. The Coalition took the ground. The ocean, the laws, and the people. The Coalition of Nations. Grad, Mesk, Vesper, Messina, Oranje, and Sur-la-Clay. The armed center of the world. They landed here and ended the revolution. It was... The moralists believe in keeping everything exactly the way it is. They believe in mineral rights, and not shooting people in the head. At least not in the same manner and volume as the others do. They are the long-standing provisional rulers of Revachol now, the coalition government.
The rulers of Revachol, and also the world. These guys are strong.
This is their zone of control. They embolden the RCM with crumbs of the same law they took. Technically speaking, you are a moralist.
I'm picking the option that doesn't commit to anything, then hell yes I am. And also not.
An almost endearingly moralist standpoint. It must be hard to take a moderate approach to head shooting in your line of work. The turn of the century revolution? Don't answer it. It's a trick question. The revolution began in '02 on the Isla of Grad, though by the end nearly the whole world had gotten involved. It wasn't a who, but a what. A pandemic of Zarat, a particularly virulent prion disease, which the authorities in Grad proved unable to contain. Then Mazov came along.
Heard the coalition is strong. Let me fight it.
It made people overthrow their governments. Of course not. It was a highly infectious microorganism that destroyed brain tissue.
Oh my god.
The actual causes of the revolution were material. The pandemic only provided the spark. From Revachol and Grad? Not far. The world managed to cauterize itself. Mazov's government was overthrown in '08, and the coalition crushed the Revachol commune 2 years later. It was the end. Why? You and I, officer. Our lives in the zone of control.
Something tells you her life and yours are not that similar. Maybe it's because she has a boat and you have that necktie, a pair of pants.
Hey, nope, you're different. You wanna know why you're different? You don't own a boat, idiot. You're broke ass, stupid. What you got? Necktie, nasty ass shoes, pair of pants. You are not the same. You are different. You are always and will be different until you get that one thing that makes you different. Cash. Cold, hard real. Get some of that. Maybe you two won't be so different. Maybe you too can be an ultra-liberalist.
No doubt. But we share the same time and position on the planet's crust. That counts for more than you think. A city-state divided into free market zones under the everlasting interregnum of the Coalition of Nations, and you, of course, the citizens' militia.
The clatter of typewriter keys fills the main hall of the reappropriated silk mill, Precinct 41. Chad Tilbrook presses enter. Outside, Officer Elfboy Williams slams the door of an armored motor carriage.
The zone of control is the third incarnation of Revachol, after the failure of the suzerain and the commune. Modernity. They developed the marvels of the inter-Islary communication, telematic milieus, radiation, colored plastics. Meanwhile,
Yo,
in Revachol
Jobo MGR. What's going on, dude?
continues for the 5th decade. 43 years. Hard to fathom, I know. The 20s saw a decade of urban war, west of the river leveled, offshore platforms in flames. Still, it's regarded as an improvement on what came before. 08 to 19 was simply hell. The 30s? Things settled down in the 30s. Revachol East transformed itself into the world's largest tax haven, with the international community's blessing. For the first time in a long time, it seemed like things were going somewhere.
This game is a point-and-click detective game with a book thrown in it. Like, that's like the best way I can describe it. There's a lot of moving parts in this game, but essentially, you are a drunken cop. You're amnesiac. You don't remember much. You have a partner named Kim, and you're trying to figure out why this dude was hung in the back of this hotel you've been staying at, or hostel, they call it. So, you know. Game good though. Game is very good.
Yes, and quantitative easing. It was a market mirage, unfortunately. The 40s dispelled it. An Isola-wide hangover, you might say. So, here we are.
It is also not my genre either, but like I've heard so many good things about the game, and then I heard that it got like not a dub. I guess a dub. I don't know. Like there's voice acting in the game. Before, when I heard about the game, this game's really good, but it's just a lot of reading and shit. It's a shit ton of reading. I'm like, man, I'm not about that. I'll do a little reading, but a whole game about reading, not me, fam. None of that. None of that. And the game, when the gameplay is a lot of just walking around and talking to people, unlike, you know, other RPGs where the reading is broken up by, you know, hitting some shit and whatnot.
Good question. What would you have done differently?
A cold creeps up your spine, reaching its tendrils up your neck, toward the back of your head.
So a quarter of humanity simply lost their minds. And how would you stop a prion? A complex folding protein, unlife, with a technology 50 years ago.
The wind stops, and for a moment, there's silence. The charge dissipates into the dark water. All is quiet on the Martinez Inlet.
Always.
Wow.
Always. That's the can't-do attitude that truly defines late modernity. You may prove a modern man yet. They are what they are. Who knows? An afterbloom may yet come. Anyway, enough sentimentality. Is there anything else you want to know?
Want a hot pot in like an hour? Give me the address.
Now's your chance. Ask her who she is. She won't get out this time.
I am the vilest of the vile. A traitor. A devourer of nations and infants. I am an ultra.
It's sharp.
Dios mío. Cool, I liberate pretty hard myself.
Yes. I am the nether creature of the Forbidden Swamp. I pushed the king under a shit wagon and betrayed the revolution. My kind surrendered the nation to financial colonists. I can see you thought we'd gone extinct. After all, no sane person identifies as an ultra-liberal anymore. Not in broad daylight. You're a centrist at heart. A real moralist, no? Tell me, now that I've uncoiled myself, do you find me frightening?
In her green eyes, you see a mixture of truth and self-satire. Decades of guilt and pride.
A devil, who being of great charm and guile, sneaketh into the homes of the godly.
Beneath her waterproof raincoat and silk shirt is a body imbibed in numb 12 perfume. You are suddenly and intimately aware of it.
Steal, kill, and destroy. That they say we've been doing for over 4 decades now. Perhaps regrettably. I've had my fill for this century.
Fun fact, the guy who's voicing your inner personalities have never voice acted before in his life prior to this game.
In any case, I'm glad we can remain collegial despite my scaly bulk, and my perverse need to infiltrate and betray both kingdom and revolution.
You didn't answer my question, though.
When the dust settled, the liberals were the only ones left to clean up the mess. By virtue of their survival, they were handed enormous power to shape the future. This was all our last generation managed. With due respect to our overlords, the eternal caretaker government that keeps Martinez a monument to the efficacy of its artillery.
While a gentle wind sweeps the streets in the rebuilt east, light drizzle washing it clean, lights go up and motor carriages circulate the tracks.
I would not have relinquished sovereignty to the Coalition. Not here in Martinez, and not in the Stella Maris or Delta Beachhead.
Yeah, this guy's good.
If not for my own sake. Then for my daughters. We had an obligation to defend our sovereignty. We should have burned the whole Isola down rather than let them have it.
Dark orange flames reflect in her green eyes. An oil fire on the ocean.
Perhaps. My intellectual vanity will be my undoing. Yes, I suppose I am. But I wouldn't be a patriot anywhere but here. Yes. Whatever else I am, I'm also a mother. And a wife. Now, shall we return to reality? Nothing more nor less than... Yes, that means not de jure. Permit me to conclude with this. Who you are to me is... And if those authorities drinks a bird? A sphenicid? A flightless bird of the polar regions? Some sort of krill hunter? No, wait. You're an ancient ruin. A symbol of hubris and decay.
Oh, what's going on, Dark Sonic?
In some salty sea.
Glad you enjoyed the raid videos.
Of course you're not, my dear. I'm just terrible at guessing games. Ah. This is the pier of Rue de Saint-Ghislain, 33A. Where the tenants have been kind enough to rent me a slot. Or 2. A pre-revolutionary tenement. Old buildings are called tenements, you see. And new buildings, bâtiments. After les bâtiments nouveaux. But 33A and 33B are not nouveaux. They're old. This one used to be 8 to 10 stories tall, a real high-rise by the standards of the last century. Built to mirror the skyscrapers across the bay in the Delta. That was before the war, of course.
Mostly the urban middle class, I believe. This was once primo real estate, before the cannons lopped 4 or 5 stories off.
Splat, splat.
Wonderful.
Surprised she can even hear that. How loud are we talking out over here?
The girl in the old lady rags. Looks like a sullen and rebellious member of a teen infraculture.
Infraculture?
Yes. You and I belong to the supraculture. We're common, the herd. The music on the radio, the food in the chain restaurant, those are all too popular for the girl in the old lady rags. She prefers a fantasy world, an infraculture with its own dress code and vernacular. It is an illusion, I'm afraid. There is no refuge from the supraculture. Young people who dye their hair funny colors and wear old people's clothes are stupid, and their little rebellion is self-defeating. All right, what next? Glad to have been of assistance. The little that I know. Anything else?
That's all I got.
What's this? We're getting reports of normal, reasonable, temperate, political opinions somewhere in Martinez.
This is because I keep saying none of the above to political stuff, isn't it?
It's also about that, but it's also more. Perhaps it's the hangover. Perhaps it's a temporary surge of serotonin, but something tells you it's time to become a citizen of the kingdom
of consciousness. Nah.
That's a pity. Real democracy was just around the corner for Revachol. All the leading citizens are waiting there, without you.
Alright, let's go open up this door. Key to Weasel's door from, you have the key. The door is behind the greenhouse and the yard. Basement door. Okay. This.
This must be it. The basement door is weather-worn. The copper nails holding the upholstery in place have turned green from sea air, and there's a knocker shaped like a lion's head. The royal lion, Guillaume's kitten. This knocker will last a lifetime and then some.
I'm gonna save.
The door to the leather upholstery is worn and rough against your jaw. You don't hear any movement. In fact, it's oddly silent in the yard around you. No birds chirp. You try to be as silent as you can. It takes a bit of rattling of the handle to loosen the bolt. Finally, the door unlocks with a small clack. Thoughts race through your head. Good job. Let's go now. I'm sure there's nothing interesting in there. As you hold the open door, you can feel the air moving. A little draft, a whistle.
Wow. What do we got in here? Small suitcase full of clothes. Guess they're staying over. The hidden world of walking sticks. Who lives here in Maya's fair-haired fantasy heroes with big muscles.
This is the flag of Revachol, the suzerainty. This isn't just one sun, but there are little suns dancing around the big sun. This is the sevenfold sun miracle. It's an optical atmospheric anomaly the first settlers saw. happens in cold weather. 6 small suns around the big one. This complex halo phenomena is how old Revachol got its flag. The flag doesn't seem to mind. It's just a colorful fabric with a sun sewn onto it. Like all feudal flags, it looks like a children's drawing.
Alright, wasn't much in there. Might just call it. Might go raid Lee, see what he's doing. The quota for the ads bullshit is pretty close, and now I can kind of relax up on the stream time. Seems like a pretty good place to stop, honestly. Yeah, we'll take a hard save. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, that's gonna be in the stream for me. I like everybody for tuning in and stopping by, hanging out, all that good shit. Tomorrow should be some more games. We're gonna continue with I almost said Disco Elysium. No, we're gonna continue with Neon White tomorrow. More Neon White. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me, guys. Thank you for watching, hanging out, all that good shit. Thanks for the new viewers for coming in. I appreciate you coming in, saying some kind words, or just saying hello, you know. But yeah, read Lythero. No, you're a good one, bruh. You're a good one. Yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow for more Neon White. And then I think Monday, we're doing a thing on Lee's. So we'll get back to Disco Elysium on Tuesday. And then I think it's going to be regularly scheduled Run the Set for Guilty Gear Strive on Wednesday. You know, you'll get more schedule as the week goes on. But that's going to be it for me. Thanks for watching, tuning in, and yeah, see you on the next one. Bye!